Saturday, April 25th, Hard Rock at live at Edis Arena. And that's, of course, Atlantic City. And tickets are on sale at hardrockac.com.
Do you know there's some anchor thoughts in your mind that you just can't get rid of?
Yeah.
When you say Bill Burr, it goes right to Bilbo, which goes right to the Bilbo song. Yes.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so let's talk about Shia LaBeouf. He appeared in court yesterday, and things did not go his way. The actor was ordered to attend rehab, undergo drug and alcohol testing, and post a $100,000 bond after his fight in New Orleans. Judge Simone Levine. That's him telling him to give the verdict to him right now. Yeah. Judge Simone Levine.
Just do it!
Said her biggest concern was him being a danger to the alleged victims and the broader community.
Just do it!
He added to go through a drug test prior to his hearing yesterday as well.
Just do it! Just do it!
While a drug test showed he was taking a prescription tied to one of the substances found in his system. The judge emphasized his alcohol use and denied his request to travel outside the city.
I don't think you can unwind that dude. I think what has to happen is he has to do like a Brando, go away to an island, live for a while. Maybe that'll make things worse, but I think he needs to be away from all environmental influences. There's just too much going on there.
Yeah, and listen, not being a doctor or qualified to comment on any of that, but he may just be one of those hot-wired people.
And the guy is a talented actor. There's no choice about it.
And even I think people like that, if they learn coping mechanisms, it takes a long time to implement those. But it's still always going to be below the surface there.
He was just recently on I found my faith.
Yeah.
I've beaten the demons.
Yeah.
I think you guys are looking at this all wrong. I think maybe everybody else just needs to leave him alone. Let him do what he wants to do.
Yeah. Maybe we're the problem.
He's brawling in Mardi Gras.
His attorney argued no illegal substances were found and that it's not against the law to get drunk during Mardi Gras.
I had no illegal substances.
Thank you, Michael. His next hearing is set for March 19th.
Let's see how that goes.
Kate Beckinsale has sparked concern among fans after wiping her Instagram account and sharing a series of unsettling posts that quickly drew attention online. Her Instagram photos had vanished, replaced by a now deleted image reading, "You win," and "Enough is enough," which many followers interpreted as a troubling message. Her Instagram stories deepened the worry, featuring screenshots of searches connected to hidden cameras, privacy violations inside homes, legal consequences, cyber stalking, and abuse-related topics.
Wow, that got dark.
Yeah. Fans flooded social media with supportive messages as they tried to interpret the meaning behind the posts and express concern for the actress's well-being. So far, Beckinsale has not publicly clarified the intent behind the post, leaving followers waiting for answers.
Her last post was DBH, Preston.
Oh, wow. Well, what's wrong with that?
Maybe she's taking the right course of action now.
You know what? It's the idea of wiping clean everything. I use my social, Instagram's the only social media that I have, as kind of a photo album.
Yeah.
Yes, I can see that.
That I would, it would be like, oh man, I got rid of that. I'll never see that again. I mean, they still exist in my, my photo app, if you will, on my phone, but they're kind of categorized in the...
It is an archive, but you do need to save it because it's not yours.
Yeah,
Once you put it up there...
They could wipe it.
You're right.
Anybody could.
You talk about the random nature of that stuff too, Preston, and about trying to figure out the algorithm. Marissa and I were having a talk yesterday, and I pointed out the fact I did this little 8-second video of my cats on the heated floor. It's almost at 500,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, and it's like...
On Instagram?
On Instagram.
Dude.
And it's just the cats, me pointing out, is there any indication that my floor is heated and all the cats are laying on the floor?
Wow.
And I just, 8 seconds, put some graphics on it, threw it up, and there you go. So there's no rhyme or reason.
Nah. The actress worried fans back in July after commenters expressed their concerns about photos of herself in a bikini looking gaunt as she battled an undisclosed illness. In 2024, she addressed her weight loss, saying that it was in part due to the death of her stepfather and the stage 4 cancer diagnosis of her mother, who later passed.
Would it be perhaps good for both of them if we were to get her and Shia LaBeouf together?
Yeah.
Maybe they would cancel out the.
I like that.
Yeah.
The crazies or the issues might cancel each other out. So, all right, listen. Just yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? We were just talking about Pink and her husband Carrie Hart. Well, they've separated after 20 years of marriage.
Hang on, because my wife said something to me yesterday, and literally hours later she goes, fake news. This didn't actually happen.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that just popped up like this morning.
Yeah.
A video of her saying, no, they're together.
Yeah.
No kidding.
She
Yeah.
posted it like 20 minutes after, because I get People magazine email alerts, and it was a headline. My husband grew up with Carrie and Pink, so I was like, oh my God, they broke up. And he's like, again, they did it? Not 20 minutes later, went on her Instagram, and she's like, oh, People just broke some news to me and my husband and my kids. Not true.
Because that's the source I used, which was People magazine.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Wow.
And Preston, it was multiple sources reporting it.
They're usually good about that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And oddly, they kept going with it. They made like 2 or 3 more posts about it.
Really?
Even after she made this video.
Well, I'm happy then.
Yeah.
This is good. I did not like seeing that they broke it because they had split up way back when. He proposed in 2005. They met in 2001. They dated off and on in 2005. They got married in 2006, and then 2 years later they separated. And you remember she made the music video, the song "So What." We were just talking about that the other day. It was all about them breaking up, and then they decided to mend everything and get back together. They've been together ever since. So I want.
She just got nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm glad. I like them together. I like the fact that you thought you lost something and you reclaimed it.
And I learned that they met here at the X Games.
Yeah. In
That's exactly how they
2001.
met.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, back to the future star Crispin Glover, who played George McFly in the first movie of the franchise, is being sued by an alleged ex-girlfriend who accused the actor of holding her captive in his home as a sex slave. According to court documents, the ex, referred to as Jane Doe, claimed that she was held captive by Glover in 2024 and used for sex and free labor under false pretenses. A representative for the actor denied the allegations. They said that the reality is that on March 2nd, 2024, Mr. Glover was the victim of an unprovoked felony assault by Jane Doe at his Los Angeles residence. Mr. Glover called the LAPD, which came to the scene, investigated, and arrested her. The rep said the facts are documented by law enforcement records and by the restraining order filed by Mr. Glover against Jane Doe at the time. By the way, they didn't give him, he filed a restraining order, but they did not approve of it.
Right.
Doe is demanding a jury trial to determine special and general damages. She's also requesting that all attorneys' fees be covered as well.
Listen, he has always been eccentric.
Yeah.
And so you hear a story like this and you're going, I don't know, could that?
Yeah, there's more detail than that.
Yeah.
I read a more in-depth story about it. She's foreign. He brought her over here. They had communicated for a long time, and he convinced her to come over here and was going to offer work and a place to stay and all this. And so it
Preston, Back
turned.
to the Future 4, Marty goes back and kills. Stop this from ever happening, but then he doesn't get
Kills his own
born.
father?
Yeah, no, he's
I
got to
don't
wait until the day
know.
after he was born because honestly, he's the youngest of all 3 kids.
So he could do it.
He wouldn't affect his siblings being born.
Yeah, unless he
Interesting.
doesn't like one of them.
Yeah. No, but he has to. He has to wait until he's
Right, until he's born.
All right, on to Timothy Chalamet. I know you're thinking this. If he was a wrestler, what would his ring name be?
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Yeah,
Got into
so
a huge fight with my wife last night.
he was talking to Matthew McConaughey on CNN's Town Hall recently, and
She said Hubba Bubba.
well, that's not it. Not even close. Chalamet explained how wrestling inspired him growing up and even offered up what name he would go by if he ever was a fighter. He said, what would my wrestling name be? The French Fool.
That's not a good name.
He revealed the role that WWE and professional wrestling played for him when he was growing up. He said, professional wrestling and WWE has been hugely influential to me. I just feel like it's of the people, no matter how cheesy that sounds.
You remember the great wrestler, the Bon Vivant?
Oh, yeah. I remember the Bon Vivant. He was, I didn't get him very much.
The French Fool.
I think he is fun enough that you could possibly see him in the ring at some point.
Oh, he's a...
Yeah.
Oh,
he
has
seems
a
like
very...
a lot of fun. Yeah.
I can't help it. I like Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
I like a lot of the levels of what he's into.
Yeah.
I love that he does have a self-deprecating side.
I don't know, Case. I think that he's a good. He's fun like that.
Yeah.
But I think that his his career, he chooses his roles very, very carefully. So I don't know if he would jump out and goof around like that.
But would you be surprised?
Do you think he could play the Iron Sheik?
Yeah. I would be a little bit, yeah.
Dude, that would be a role.
Yeah. No,
Chalamet is the Sheik.
He's a Sheik.
Shala Sheik.
All right, Flava Flav. His unprecedented support of women's sports continues just days after the hip-hop icon extended an invitation to the U.S. women's hockey team to celebrate their gold medal at the 2026 Winter Olympics. He now says he's thinking bigger. He said, I want to go bigger and better. He posted an Instagram video where he said, I want to bring all United States female Olympians and Paralympians, the ones that won medals. And he explained that with USA Today. He said, I'm going to give them a parade. They're definitely going to have a parade. And he said, and then also I'm going to see what type of entertainment that I can put together.
I love this stuff that he's doing.
Yeah.
Didn't he, what was it, with Chili's or
yeah. There was a restaurant that was going out of business.
Right.
A Red Lobster.
Red Lobster.
yeah.
That was it. Yeah.
And he came to the rescue there. And remember, in the Summer Olympics, the women's water polo team.
That's right.
He put them up and paid for their expenses.
That's very cool.
Funded them, which is really cool, yeah. All right, it's Maddox Jolie now. The eldest son of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie has dropped the Pitt from his last name. Previously going by Maddox Jolie Pitt. The 24-year-old recently served as assistant director on his mom's latest movie, Couture, and was simply listed as Maddox Jolie in the credits. And that makes the fourth child of the couple to go Pittless, following sisters Shiloh, Vivienne, and Zahara. While Shiloh's name change is official, it's unclear if the other kids have made their name changes legal. Pax and Knox are still going with both parents' names for now.
It's a wild dynamic, all these name alterations within the family.
Yep. A judge gave Aaron Pfeifers a win in his divorce from Denise Richards. According to court documents, Denise was ordered to pay Aaron $5,000 per month in temporary spousal support while the divorce plays out. The payments are due on the 5th of each month, starting March 5th, and will continue until further order of the court.
She's the only one working. Her OnlyFans is apparently very lucrative.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why the judge did that.
Yeah. In addition, Denise must pay Aaron $25,000 in attorney fees, plus an additional $5,000 that may be used for a forensic account. The $30,000 total will be paid in three $10,000 installments at the end of March, April, and May. Lindsay Lohan, I haven't heard from her in a little while. She reflected on the intense spotlight that she faced after Mean Girls, calling attention to so overwhelming and consuming that she got at the time when she was just 17 years old. She was speaking with Vogue and said, I should have listened to my mom and dad and moved back to New York, adding that fame was a double-edged sword, and said, why didn't anyone just go and take me out of there, protect me more?
If she had done that, she would have been in the company of a good influence like her dad.
I was going to say, you should not listen to anything that your dad has ever said
There's
to
a
you.
steady influence.
Wow.
Hey, Dad, nice mesh shirt.
So
aside from them like physically dragging her out of there, like I just don't see. I don't know the right approach.
She's actually for whatever's happened, Case. She's doing great.
But that's all well and good, but it still didn't make her 20s any easier on her, right?
We're talking like the Samantha Ronson late night club DJ, drinking it up, partying,
hanging out with Paris Hilton and that whole crew, and
Henry Kissinger.
Yeah, and even that whole crew wasn't like super nice to her either.
You walk a fine line in parenting when your child is headed down a path. You offer what you can, but if you push too hard, you push them away, even further away. And it's hard, man. It ain't easy. After stepping away from Hollywood and relocating to Dubai in 2014, she said, I wasn't having fun in the business anymore. It's not a real life, and is so glad that she followed her gut. In recent years, she's returned with Netflix rom-coms and taken on executive producer roles, which allows her to be more hands-on creatively.
The people of Dubai don't know how to have fun, but the Abu Dhabi do.
They do. All right, speaking of Mean Girls, Amanda Seyfried. So she is in The Testament of Anne Lee, and she admits that she wore and I quote, prosthetic butthole while filming a nude scene.
Oh, sorry, what?
A prosthetic butthole filming a nude scene for the 2025 Mona Fest Void directed movie.
There you go.
So she was talking to BBC Radio 2.
Tell me about your butter. That thing wasn't real butter. It looked all juicy like a regular butter would be. But it had sort of an elastic look to it that made me think, that's not real butter.
Well, you're right, sir. She said this movie needed to be graphic. And she told BBC, so like I had a prosthetic butthole.
I thought so.
And the 40-year-old whose titular character becomes the revered founder
Oh, you got those too?
of a religious group called the Shakers in the critically acclaimed drama.
Yes.
Also divulged that she wore a merkin or a pubic wig for the nude shoot, which occurs in the story's final act. For Amanda, the additional coverage on her body made her experience feel cool and exciting on set.
So I wonder, you're going to have to come in real close to get an actual butthole, like a sphincter shot.
Yeah. Like a brown eye. Like,
a brown eye.
Spread your cheeks.
Yeah.
And,
you could just chew on some gum.
yeah.
Wow.
So she continued in the BBC interview saying, I was pregnant and naked, but I wasn't naked at all. And at the end of the movie, I'm standing in front of a burning building with just a merkin. I felt so free, she said. And while Amanda enjoyed stripping down for the Testament of Anne Lee, she used to have a quite different perspective on filming in the nude. She previously had admitted to having regrets over agreeing could go naked for projects when she was still in her teens, around 19 years old. But that doesn't mean she looks back negatively on her early career. After all, she recently joked that she hopes one of her lines as Karen Smith in Mean Girls will be quoted on her grave. She doesn't say which quote it was, but she said, it was in many ways a perfect movie and people still relate to it. It connected us and continues to. I will always be excited to talk about it.
It is a perfect movie. She was really good in that Elizabeth Holmes
Yeah.
the miniseries that they did.
Yeah.
As her, and she really nailed the voice and everything.
All right, two more things. Some eagerly awaited news just broke. Heated Rivalry now has a premiere window. The show's creator, Jacob Tierney, as well as executive producer Brendan Brady, made an appearance on TV yesterday and broke the big news. Tierney said there will be more Heated Rivalry on your TVs truly as soon as humanly possible. They said the show will begin filming again this August with a debut slated for April of 2027.
So you were talking about Heated Rivalry earlier this week because the
house?
the house that they were at is up for
Right.
Airbnb,
Right.
And so we were looking at pictures of it, and I just kind of like sort of jokingly started playing the loon calls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, there is a freaking loon scene in that episode. Somebody sent me a...
You're clairvoyant.
Dude, because I didn't see it yet.
Right.
But somebody sent me the scene of...
What about artificial buttholes?
Not artificial buttholes, but there is a literal scene where they're talking about loons and you hear loons in the background.
Listen,
Wow.
if you want, we have our finger on the pulse.
Did Norman see them in action?
Yeah,
across
well, he
the
called them
Golden
like
Pond?
a loon wolf.
Couple of hockey players getting it on by a window. Norman, don't look. I have to. It's kind of exciting. The old noodle hasn't wiggled this way in years.
Oh, the loons are going crazy over that.
Think they're going crazy.
Yeah.
I'm pitching a tent.
Yeah. Well, I did not know that case about a loon scene. It is wild when you hear it. The first time I went to Maine,
It's beautiful.
and it was in the evening, and we were sitting outside by this lake, and we heard it. I'm like, oh my god, that's it, it's a loon.
What would you? I just
So cool.
It's rustic. I was going to say pensive, but it's not. It's just beautiful sound. Beautiful sound.
It's beautifully almost haunting.
It's haunting.
You know what I mean?
We should have a few loons in the studio.
I think it's a great idea. They are interesting birds in that, as far as waterfowl go, they sit. Most of their body is underwater.
Yeah.
It's really weird. They're not like ducks where they're all the way up on top. Most of their body is like half of it is down in the water when they are swimming around. So they're kind of hard to see.
Norman, they're sitting underwater.
They're duck.
Shut up!
They're dark colored. So.
Watching the hockey players.
All right, I have one more thing, Steve. This is for you and me. There's a trailer that is out, and I saw this, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. A trailer out for Faces of Death.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
But it's not it's not essentially a rehash of the old Faces of Death. Casey, you remember that too?
Dude, yeah, and actually was just talking about that last week because, now the internet is Faces of Death, but like you had to like rent or know somebody that rented or, this movie.
These were
I didn't
collections
like it,
of like all sorts of videos from labs and animals getting
Autopsies
tortured,
and executions, murder scenes. There's a scene where it's one of the worst scenes, but they have a monkey.
I hate it.
And they put it in this table where the monkey's head is sticking up from the table, and it's considered a delicacy to eat monkey brains. But you have to beat the monkey to death with hammers
I couldn't tell.
before you eat it.
What made it onto that collection was the Bud Dwyer.
Dwyer.
Bud Dwyer?
Yeah.
That video's in that?
Yeah, that video
Okay.
made it into, because there were like 5 in the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just saw the original one.
Yeah.
So the upcoming horror film stars Barbie Ferreira, people I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a full list. This guy.
Jermaine Fowler.
Do I know Jermaine Fowler?
Yeah. You would know him probably if you saw his face.
How would you say this name?
Doc Ray?
Dacre or Dacre? D-A-C-R-E.
Dacre?
Montgomery. Dacre Montgomery.
Zachary Montgomery.
I like that. Anyhow, but Charlie XCX is in it.
There we go. I like her.
All right, so the movie follows a woman, played by Ferreira, who works as a content moderator for a big video platform. Things go south as she discovers what appears to be reenactments of murders from the original Faces of Death film from 1978.
I see.
And they use some of, Steve, in the trailer, they use some of the audio, the overdub that the guy that is the quote-unquote host of that film.
Right.
You hear his voice in the background. I'm like, yep, that's it.
I watched a few seconds of it. I'm like you, Preston. I couldn't watch any animal cruelty, and it was too much. But it was a popular series.
I feel like that monkey one was like the first scene in the whole movie, and I was like,
why are they doing this to Mickey Dolenz?
They got Peter Tork. We need Mickey.
Yeah, I liked Peter a lot.
Yeah.
But if you had to kill one,
Most
probably
brain.
Peter.
Yeah. Oh, maybe Michael Nesmith.
He didn't. No, Nesmith was great. He was the leader of the band.
Yeah.
All right, anyhow. She's got to figure out if these videos are real or not in this film. Faces of Death hits theaters on April 10th, if you want to
I
check that out.
believe Charlie XCX might be, and Marissa, if you could do a quick check, the producer on this film. She's a big horror fan.
Okay.
And she's now getting into producing movies.
Okay.
I could be way off, but I heard that rumor, and this might be one of her projects.
Do not know. You want me to wait and see if we can confirm that or not?
Yeah, just a second, nanosecond.
Produced by Don Murphy, Susan Monfort. She's not a producer.
All right, okay.
All right, there are movies opening this weekend. If you want to hear about them, we'll give you the skinny on them. Scream 7 is opening day. Horror mystery. Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, Isabel May. When a new ghost face killer emerges in the quiet town where Sydney has built a new life, her darkest fears are realized as her daughter becomes the next target. Determined to protect her family, she must face the horrors of her past and put an end to the bloodshed once and for all. Hour and 54 minutes long. It's rated R, wide theater release, and it gets a pretty low 38% score at Rotten Tomatoes. Also opening is This Is Not a Test. It's a mystery horror film starring Olivia Holt, Froy Gutierrez, and Carson McCormack. Sloane and a small group of her classmates take cover in their high school to escape their suddenly apocalyptic hometown. As danger relentlessly pounds on the doors, Sloane begins to see the world through the eyes of people who actually want to live and takes matters into her own hands. Hour 45 minutes long. It's rated R. Gets a wide theater release, and it also gets a so-so 45% at Rotten Tomatoes. All right, we have some clips to play. Fire Country centers around fictitious California firefighters battling wildfires to protect their communities. And here, Leslie Alejandro details her approach to directing the show.
I'm a huge prepper. Directing has a lot to do with figuring out how to tell that story and put all those pieces together and what it's going to look like from the page and onto the screen. And that's kind of my favorite part.
Yeah.
New episode of Fire Country is on at 9 o'clock tonight on CBS. Here's our next one. The Godzilla universe continues with Monarch: Legacy of Monsters. And here, Kurt Russell shares his thoughts on continuing to star in action roles later in life.
I think that when you're an actor who has been associated with some action pictures, there's a tendency to want to go there. I think that the only question that I have about that is I like, as guys get older, which I am doing, I'm old now. I think that men have to go to the point of wisdom.
Really?
Yeah. Season 2 premiere of Monarch Legacy of Monsters is streaming today on Apple TV+.
There's a great promotional video. It's him and Wyatt Russell. Wyatt Russell plays him in the past. Same character. They're both playing the same character.
Cool.
Kurt Russell's playing him in the
Father and son.
And they're talking about, they're asking Kurt Russell about Wyatt's filmography, and he goes, there's so many great things, and he's like, they're like pausing, like, can you name a few? And Wyatt goes, I'm getting the impression you never see my movies.
Oh, really?
And Kurt Russell just starts howling. Goes, I can't remember titles.
That's funny. I love it. All right, that's your entertainment report in a nutshell, folks. We've got a wide open slate today. We have things to get to, including the Connoisseur. We'll probably take a sift through the junk drawer and find out what else we can get into. But we're giving away our Word of the Week prize at the end of the program. And a reminder, today is the deadline to enter your sled into the Cardboard Classic. So if you've had, fantasies about screaming down that hill or falling apart before you even start, either way, we want you to be a part of the Cardboard Classic. But you got to sign up today and get on board. So you can go to PrestonandSteve.com and click on the sled registration banner and then get over there and be a part of this thing. And if you just want to come and attend, it's 1 week from today, which is blowing my mind.
You can make it a day trip. You can make it a full weekend. Yeah,
it is absolutely free for you to come and attend. They don't even charge for parking or anything like that.
I don't think so. No.
So come on out and be a part of the whole event. And it's not that far of a drive to Montage Mountain, and we love those guys.
Yeah. Speaking of parking, there's a full-on tailgate up at that upper parking lot.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Damn near saved my life last year because I was starving when we were leaving, and somebody gave me a breakfast sandwich on the way out.
Yes.
It was brilliant.
It is really cool.
Or maybe it was a smash burger. I think it was a smash burger.
Yeah, it was a smash burger.
Well, this year we're going to have Duncan giving out samples.
Yes.
We're going to have Wild Fork giving out samples as well.
Yeah.
And
Dietz and Watson.
Dietz and Watson.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love that area up there. The one problem is the way it's laid out. It is like a ski village. If you've never been, it is really what you want it to be. Mm-hmm. But that elevated parking lot where we all park, we're very far away from that once everything kicks in.
And Marissa, do you remember seeing those gyros that were like the size of a basketball that people were walking around with?
No.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I got to get one of those.
Okay.
So there's lots of food, lots of drink, and plenty to do and to see while you're at Cardboard Classic 2026. So get on board. We're going to break and come back in just a second. Bright sunshine as you start your weekend. That's a beautiful thing. We'll come back in a moment and share it together.
Preston and Steve's Cardboard Classic is back Friday, March 6th at Montage Mountain. Register your sled by February 27th. You could score $1,000 for Best Design or Best Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey themed sled. $500 from Pro Team Collision for Preston and Steve's favorite fail. $200 for the fastest, and even beer for a year and Snow League merch from Pacifico. And when the classic ends, Mountain Fest at Montage begins with the M80s live. Then buy your ticket and stick around for a Saturday double bill with Sugar Ray and Wheatus. For complete details, head to WMMR.com. Preston and Steve's Cardboard Classic from 93.3 WMMR. Everything that rocks.
To start using those.
Listen,
and you probably got a fresh batch of them.
Yeah, if you haven't used them, if they haven't meant anything in a long time, that's for a reason. Get rid of them.
Yeah. Also, it says here dead batteries. If you have like a container of dead batteries. I told you guys about this a while back. I had heard that hardware stores will collect dead batteries and dispose of them properly.
Right.
So I had like a bag full of old, AA and AAA batteries. And I go to my local hardware store, and I come showing up, and I brought this bag. I'm like, hey, I heard you guys will, dispose of these for me. And they were like, oh, okay, yeah. Well, we'll just throw them out with the rest of the stuff we normally throw away. And I'm like, you don't recycle or anything? They're like, no, we'll get rid of them for you. I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm. I could have done that.
I thought I was doing the right thing.
Hey, if you have a second, look at this picture of 3 pieces of pizza.
Yeah.
Rodney will take your dead batteries.
Yep.
All right. Number 6 on and I have these 10 things on this list. Number 6 is expired condiments in your fridge.
Ew.
If you have no, not condoms. I know that's what you're thinking. Condiments. Especially if you have several people, if you're a household. So you can go through and find stuff like, we will buy things for one recipe, something like, fish sauce or some very specific thing, and we'll make it and then forget to continue making stuff that uses that, and it goes bad, and I just need to clear stuff like that.
So we went with the ultimate situation with that. We had the kitchen completely redone, and that was a massive purge. And if it wasn't something we were currently or just recently used, it's out. So it's a wonderful thing. And you won't believe the amount of space you buy back.
Marissa, expired makeup and skincare is on this list as well.
Now, you use fish sauce for your skin, right?
Yeah, you're only supposed to use like things like mascara for like a year or so. That's probably the wrong amount of time. But sometimes you have palettes of eyeshadow for years, and like those are okay to keep.
Okay.
There's a list somewhere where you can follow along.
So to your guess, what cosmetic lasts the longest?
I think it's the amount of time that you use it.
Oh, I see.
So if you're using a mascara every day, it gets bacteria on it because you're constantly using it. If you're putting, eyeshadow palette and putting your brushes in it every day and not cleaning them. But if you're just using it for one color and then using it later, 6 months later, it has different bacteria levels.
But it says on here expired makeup and skincare. So I guess some of them do have a quote unquote shelf life. I mean, you could probably get away with, but maybe it's like a best used by date or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and some of them will like crumble. Like you think you've kept it for so long and then you touch it and it crumbles apart.
How did you look?
All right. Also, expired medications.
Yeah.
Some people don't realize that medicine goes bad over time. Even over the counter stuff. If you're buying ibuprofen or acetaminophen and stuff like that, they do have expiration dates on them.
Get
They
together
won't work
with our
as
neighbors and we'll do a potluck.
Medication. Everybody brings
thing.
medication.
Yeah.
All right.
And
what a great idea. Hey, I brought Xannies. They're about to go. They're only a month old.
Stool softener.
Yeah. Also, extra items in your shower that you may want to get rid of.
Like that toaster.
Yeah.
That half bottle of conditioner, the other one a soap.
God, Rochelle used to be a conditioner junkie. I remember at one point it was like 35 bottles. We have this shelf in our fridge. And one day I'm like, I'm going through this stuff. And I pulled it up and like 80% of it was conditioner.
Yeah.
She kept it in the fridge?
No. on the shelf in the shower. Did I say fridge?
Yeah.
Did you? I don't know.
Okay.
No, I thought maybe that's the way you would store it.
No.
No, we have empty bottles of like things in the shower
that just hang out.
That just hang out there. Yeah.
Do they have the little bit of water in them that you put in because you
Some
think
do.
that soap's going to last one more time?
Yeah.
So that's something my shower is completely devoid of, which is conditioner.
You don't need any of that.
I don't need any of that. But again, when you declutter the bathroom, you know what I started doing? I started taking my toothbrush and everything, and I put it in the drawer at the top under this, so that my counter is completely clean. When I take stuff out and then put it back in.
Nice.
That'll last for a day.
Marissa, I strangle soap, shampoo to the bitter end.
All the time.
And I do the water and shake it up and do the whole thing, trying to get every little bit out of it that I can.
And then the shampoo finishes before the conditioner.
Right.
So that you save a conditioner, and then if you buy it as a set, you put both of them in the shower, and then that's how you build up the conditioner.
So traditionally, both shampoo and conditioner is like just a dollop?
I use way more shampoo than I do conditioner.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Conditioner, you don't need that much.
Yeah, you're only supposed to use like a quarter or smaller, but sometimes you use more.
Do you use conditioner?
Not all the time.
I haven't done it in a long
You're more
time.
a Jerry Crow kind of guy.
No, like if anything, I'll do like
Soul
conditioner,
Glow.
like
Soul Glow.
maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks. But
Okay.
yeah, my hair's not long enough, you know?
Are you guys different products?
What do you mean?
Do you use like shampoo for your hair and soap for your body, or are you like all in ones?
Shampoo for my hair and beard.
I do the 3-in-1. It's Crew, so it's body wash and
Fish sauce?
And shampoo and conditioner all in one. So I
And
just
toothpaste.
used all of that. And toothpaste.
Yeah, 4-in-1.
Yeah.
Face wash.
That's just the worst toothpaste I've ever had.
So get rid of some extra items in your shower. And then the last thing it says here is canned goods you don't use.
I take them out of my shower all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's with this beans?
Probably in your pantry is where you're going to find that stuff.
Yeah, man. So we got, again, thanks, Mr. Contractor, help we do everything. And we had these cabinets, Preston, that were horrible, that we kept buying the same stuff over and over, not realizing we had it already in the cabinet. It's like, how long has this been in here?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So it's a good time to assess that stuff. Move the clutter
if you're going
out.
to pick a benchmark time to do it, why not now?
I would like to bring you into the world of our esteemed establishment known as the Just Saying Institute.
The Just Saying Institute, home of the Bird, Band, Avian, and Rock and Roll Museum.
The entire museum.
Yeah,
all the
it's all
bird
bird
bands.
bands.
All right, man, there's been some really interesting things that have occurred in the world of science. And I'm going to start with a fairly serious one here, which now listen, when you hear about discoveries that have not yet been fully tested, it can take a long, long time for things to actually pan out.
Yes.
But I always think that it's nice to have a kernel of hope. And a team of American scientists claim that they have done something miraculous. They have cured lab mice suffering from Alzheimer's disease.
Wow, really?
Cured. And the word cured is in parentheses here, and I'll explain in a moment.
They've made a lot of steps forward in slowing the progression and other things that they've been working on. There seems to be a good story popping up about Alzheimer's and dementia treatment every couple of months now. So they seem to be dancing all around this. So hopefully this is something.
Yeah, the researchers achieved this feat by administering the rodents with the powerful compound, which is known as P7C3A20, which they announced in a new paper in the journal Cell Reports Medicine. Scientists from Ohio's Case Western Reserve University Hospitals, and the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA Medical Center undertook the study. Andrew A. Piper, who's the study's principal investigator, said the key takeaway is a message of hope. The effects of Alzheimer's disease may not be inevitably permanent. Like they're talking about reversal.
Reversing it. And I've heard this. There are other things that have been mentioned that you've mentioned that talk about the reversal. Now, how does one meter Alzheimer's in a mouse?
Yeah, really.
Do they not recognize family members?
I can give you the rundown of it. It's a lengthy article, but the damaged brain, he says, can, under some conditions, repair itself and regain function. That's incredible. I just think of preventative, as opposed to reversing it.
So my mother-in-law passed away from Alzheimer's. She was later on when she got it, but it's something that sort of looms because there's it can be a family component. And there's all these things. One of the spots earlier, Preston, and I wanted to mention it to you in passing, brought up about hearing aids and that the ability to hear can impact you. Have you heard this in one of the spots we play? It's for the company.
No.
And that can have a significant sway over whether you are susceptible to Alzheimer's or not.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I'm half-ass quoting it, but it caught me off guard. Is that really something?
Well, that's interesting because I just learned that hearing aids are not covered by most insurance.
Okay.
Which just seems crazy because they're very expensive.
Yeah.
And if it
some
does
people-
have medical
Do you know what?
implications
They're
like
less
this.
expensive now than they've there are so many companies that are making them and that are making them like you could just go in and
interesting.
My dad, before he passed, had purchased kind of these general that he loved that were great.
Costco has a hearing. All right, thank you, Marissa. A little later this morning, we'll get to the Connoisseur and have some giveaways in conjunction with that. But I'd like to do this early. We shift this around the clock on Friday mornings, but it's time to clean out the junk drawer.
It's the junk drawer. Preston's cleaning out his junk drawer. Getting things out of his junk drawer. Finding stuff here in the junk drawer.
You know what we need? We need a novelty item that when you hit the button,
Does that?
It does that.
I would love that.
It makes a hot
sure we could
sound,
do that.
right?
Yes.
So people could have that.
The greatest thing is like if I'm out, doing decorations and around the house, and people in the neighborhood will drive by and I'll hear from a passing car.
I love it. I used to have a pen, Marissa, so it was, an ink pen. But when you hit a button on the side of it, it would play clips from Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, I love that.
So if we could get something like that with Steve, just
Yep, I'm searching.
Speaking of collectors, I have from the original, when the original Ted movie came out, I have a stuffed Ted Bear that says about 30 unbelievably profane things.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I've been offered a lot of money for I'm holding on to that one.
All right, I'm sorry. I rummaged around in the drawer and I didn't find anything. Let me go back in here. Okay, I saw this article, and this could even possibly be just a full topic right here, but there's a new Reddit post that has people sharing the most interesting rabbit holes that they've been down. And it's pretty intriguing to see what fascinates people. So I will do it from time to time, find something, whatever it is, and it's usually something fairly obscure that I will be fascinated in and just dive in on YouTube and keep going and keep going and keep going.
So I've been very intensely down a rabbit hole for the past couple of days. Started with frozen dead bodies on Mount Everest.
Oh, yeah.
A number of specials on that.
Yeah.
Moved to K2 and how much more deadly a climb K2 is.
Okay.
And then I'm now the explosion of Mount St. Helens.
Okay.
Video after video.
Yeah.
Because I did not realize that at the exact point that Mount St. Helens erupted, there was a geologist in a Cessna flying over the mountain and caught seconds before what the mountain looked like. It was almost like starting to liquefy.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the entire half of the mountain blew out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the mountain slid down and blew. But I've been on this geological mountain rabbit hole, and I'm watching it constly.
I love it. I love it. One of my favorite.
By the way, I moved from death camps to the mountains. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
My rabbit hole, my kind of go-to when I want to feel better is I like watching clips, and I'll do this on YouTube, clips from movies of bullies getting their asses kicked, getting their comeuppance.
Right.
Love it. I never get tired of it. Makes me feel better. Screw you.
Do you like revenge movies?
Screw you bully bastards. I'm sorry.
Do you like revenge movies? Yeah, I'm sure, right? They're based on that,
Sure.
getting the one up. Yeah. So you watch the collections of?
Yeah. It'll be like scene after scene after scene, and sometimes it'll be like Peter Parker getting Flash.
Yeah.
And on and on, and then you end up you end up with a Jason Statham sequence or something like that.
You shouldn't have done that. It's my daughter. Did I tell you that? I don't know that. I'm bringing her PB&Y.
You know what ends up coming up a lot, Casey, is that Australian show, Mr. In Between.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah. Even though he's like an anti-hero.
He's an anti-hero, but he's kind of an interesting-looking guy, but he's not like a big dude. But
but he doesn't suffer
Can be on
anything from anyone.
Do you watch real footage of bullies getting their asses kicked?
I have gone down that rabbit hole a few times, but it's a little too. And I do like seeing bullies in real life getting their asses handed to them, but I'd more go for the theatrical.
Yeah.
So,
Reacher is all about that.
Yeah.
But the problem with those ones, the real life ones, is as far as your algorithm is concerned, then it'll start just throwing street fights in there.
Yeah.
And I can't stand watching that or watching somebody get sucker punched or whatever. But that will end up. I will end up watching. I just watched this kid who was getting bullied on a basketball court, and the dude was clearly bigger than this other kid, and he's posturing and backing him down, and then after this kid gets basically pushed back 10, 15 yards, he just hauls off and socks this kid right in the face. And that kid had to come in.
My algorithm then progresses to busty Asian lesbians, and I'm like, how does that happen?
So besides YouTube, another good rabbit hole is Wikipedia. And there is, if you pull up an article, and this is one of my favorites, and I saved the link. There's several different that you can do, but if you type in a search engine, bizarre Wikipedia articles, and it will give you a listing of like 100 of them that are just weird little things and little factoids. And, I found out like about the Demon Core, which was this radioactive. It was when they were developing the atomic bomb. And it's this thing where there was an accident where all these people got sick and died because of this weird little thing they called the Demon Core. But anyhow, stuff like that I love too. Let me read a couple of examples on this list. So one person wrote into the Reddit post and said, the lost media rabbit hole. He said, people spending years tracking down obscure TV episodes, deleted songs, or old internet clips that barely anyone remembers, and sometimes actually finding them. It's weirdly wholesome detective work.
I do that all the time.
Me too.
I remember there was a show that I saw. There was an after-school special. There was a local commercial that I remember from the 70s, and I'll go hunting for it.
AI has become the greatest source
It's
to
amazing.
find weird things like that. There was this weird claymation short that I saw when I was a kid, and I'm like, I'll never find this again. It was really weird. And I just described exactly what I remember seeing. There's this drunk guy that breaks into a museum, and it's claymation. It was really, really weird. And it's like, boom, gave it right back to me. I punched in the name in YouTube, pulled up the video. I'm like, found it.
I'm home.
Yeah.
Another good source is this radio show, because I mentioned some kids show that I watched when I was a kid. The girl becomes a panda and her dad is, a koala.
Yeah.
And like they go to this other realm, and like
I remember
instantly everybody called in with the answer.
Yeah. It took like about 2 minutes.
Yes.
And you had a response.
But I forget what it is now.
You know what another fun one is commercials from your childhood.
Well, that's,
You can pick an era and punch it in and say commercials from the 2000s or TV commercials from, for me, it would have been the 1980s or 70s, and it's a blast.
There are channels that are all by in fact, there are ones by year that are all collections and regional too.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can do it like I do old St. Louis local TV commercials. They're hilarious. They're so bad.
Remember that MTV channel that got created, and it was doing music videos from the decades plus commercials.
I love it.
We sat here for like 20 minutes watching it.
All right, so also people fell into rabbit holes. Someone wrote sovereign citizens. That's a wild one, so just dive in. People who feel that they don't adhere to the law.
Okay.
They are a sovereign citizen. They are a country unto themselves.
Lindsay Lohan, for example.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Somebody also said Colonel Sanders was a rabbit hole they fell down.
Oh, well,
Says the guy who created KFC, how he didn't have a biopic on it or a series, I'll never know. Maybe it's too weird.
the men that fed America, the people that fed America, that series, which I love on History Channel.
Yeah.
The episode about Harlan Sanders and about, he killed somebody. Harlan Sanders killed somebody. There was a territorial fight over a sign that was going up. They were warring chicken places.
What?
Check the history.
Get out of here.
And so they met in a field, and
Well, Colonel's going to have the advantage. Military man.
Well, totally fake. Yeah,
I know.
totally fake. Not a colonel at all.
No, there's a distinction in Kentucky called my dad's actually a Kentucky colonel, believe it or not. Yeah. All right, so another one. The most interesting rabbit hole this person writes I've ever fallen down is one that sounds super boring at first, but gets kind of creepy the more you dig. Everyday stuff that secretly is built to last forever, but companies don't exactly advertise it. Okay, I'd have to dive in for myself and see what those examples are. Here's another one. It says one innocent YouTube video later, and I was fully invested in the disappearance of Amelia Earhart, like I had a personal stake in finding her plane. Here's another one that says, I fell into the people who vanish and restart new lives rabbit hole. Equal parts fascinating and unsettling. Makes you realize how thin identity really is.
Do you know what I end up sliding into a lot as well is the dark tourism. The places around, because you and I are big big Chernobyl fans.
Yeah.
That was great. And Pripyat, and that also brings the elephant foot,
Yes.
which is it is the deadliest material on Earth. It is basically the radioactive sand
rods.
and drippings directly under Chernobyl.
Mm-hmm.
You can't spend more than a minute in there, and you'll get a lethal dose of radiation. Yeah.
Another rabbit hole that I go into from time to time, and I kind of started doing it again, are cults. I'm just fascinated with
I love cults.
how
What's your favorite cult, guys?
how these people can can pull the wool over the eyes of groups and convince them to commit suicide and do all kinds of things like that. I just watched a documentary and finished it yesterday about Amanda Yates.
Yes.
She killed her 5 children, drowned them in a tub.
Yep.
And there was this fire and brimstone, bizarre preacher guy. This woman was dealing with postpartum and mental illness, and all this stuff that he was feeding them clearly lent her to think that if she doesn't kill her children, they're doomed to hell.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
And
but stuff like that fascinates me.
And you know what you realize is that that would never be me. Like, I could never fall for that. And then you see the cults like the Nexium cult, and you realize if you were caught at the right moment and one of these charismatic people said what you wanted to hear, you could be that idiot.
Steve and I both, when that documentary came out, we were like, and when they were first introducing the tenets of Nexium, we were like, that sounds pretty good.
She's pretty productive.
Those are good ideas.
Yeah. Brand my nuts.
But that's how they get you in.
Yeah.
With the nut branding.
When I sleep down all the time is Bohemian Grove, the gathering in California. It's been going on for decades.
Don't know this one.
It's used as a step off for Late Night with the Devil, the horror movie.
Okay.
And so what it used to be where kind of the working class would go and gather in this Preston, this is a picture of it. There's all sorts of pagan imagery associated with it.
Yeah, and supposedly like
human sacrifice,
but high profile but wealthy people involved in this.
It completely inverted, and now it is a retreat for the wealthy and connected in the woods.
Okay. Here's a cult-based rabbit hole that somebody fell in, and I've never heard of this. It says there's a cult based on gadget from rescue rangers in Russia. And it says not some weird furry worship thing, but a cult that legit worships a cartoon mouse as a god.
No.
I like that.
What?
I want to join that cult.
I got to look that one up. Somebody else said a rabbit hole they fall into is they go to prison pen pal websites and look up what they did to get locked up.
I do like prison videos. I know this is so stupid. Actually, Nat Geo did a whole series about the world's worst prisons. I mean, the ones Locked Up Abroad was another one.
Yeah.
Where they're showing you these facilities that are just hell on earth.
Another person wrote in, for me, a rabbit hole is probably either toxoplasmosis or this mysterious little door within a door in one of the pyramids of Giza.
Do you like that the pyramids, Giza, all that stuff?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I got to be, for whatever reason, I've done enough where I've looked into it, but it's been a long time since I've been fascinated by it.
It's funny. I find I'll keep getting led back to the same things. It's what sparked the Auschwitz and all these death camps. A clip popped up from Schindler's List.
Okay.
And it's the girl in the red.
Yeah.
Which is just a heartbreaking scene.
Yeah.
Right.
And then that once I watched that, others were fed into it. And I mean, it is horrific and amazing. And it's just, the documentaries are there's just tons of them.
I once I clicked on a video and how it popped up, but it was an animated video, but it was a history of torture.
Yeah.
And so I watched one of those, and then another one came up, and then another one, and I'm going through, and then I'm like, what am I doing? They're ripping these people apart, and I'm getting entertainment out of this?
I get it, though. But the last thing you want is to someone happen to walk by your computer and go, you seem to be really into the pit and the pendulum.
Let me mention a few that are people are texting like crazy on this of rabbit holes that they have fell into. Let me see here. The K-pop rabbit hole is wild.
Yes.
The way they train to be members of these groups is insane. Let's see. And I'm just reading these right off the top. Israel and Pizzagate is one that somebody has fallen into.
Right.
Let's see. Here's a fun one for the nerds. Wikipedia meteor craters all over the world. And then look at them on Google Maps. People walking on top of skyscrapers is one that one fell into. Somebody said Dave's Killer Bread.
Yeah.
He killed someone,
Yes.
got out and took over the family bakery.
By the way, Marissa,
He was a murderer?
did you do a check? I don't know if you checked on Harlan Sanders having killed someone.
We didn't. We were sharing this computer, but I will.
Oh,
look
no,
at
no
it
problem.
now.
I appreciate it.
Let's see. Somebody says, check out the fat electricians video on Harlan Sanders. Okay.
Wow.
Right?
All right. Anyhow, a couple other quick ones. And then, last one on this list, and this is one I should look into, is the birds aren't real rabbit hole. It says weird, odd, but strangely engaging.
Birds aren't real.
I don't know.
There are people that believe
Yeah, I know,
that
yeah.
they're not real.
Are
And
chickens not part of birds? Because
That's a good question.
yeah,
Yeah, because what are we eating? Yeah, but there are people that believe that birds aren't real, and we did a whole summer talking about that down the shore because our friends at Chapman's, we just come up with goofy things to talk about, and when they're sitting on the wires, they're recharging.
That could be it.
Yeah.
They're drones. They're actual drones.
Yeah, we called them. What was it? Bio. We made up an acronym for bird, and I forgot what it was. And drone is the last, D in bird. So,
All right, Steve. In 1931, Colonel Sanders was involved in a deadly shootout with a rival gas station owner in Kentucky over a business dispute. The other man was killed, but Sanders was not charged with murder because it was self-defense.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Did you know that? He never mentioned that in the commercial.
by the way, here's a text says my cousin is the woman who.
Thank you, Riz.
My cousin is the woman who branded the other women in Nexium.
Holy hell!
So I texted him with that.
So, if you guys have never watched, and there's a great documentary on Nexium, and at one point, it actually one of the cast members of Smallville was involved in it, and she was one of the people leading this subsect of the Nexium cult that involved women swearing their allegiance to Nexium.
Yeah.
And
forgot the guy's
Keith Rainier.
Rainier, yeah, that's it.
And literally branding them in and around their genitalia.
Yeah, his initials.
Yeah.
It was they thought it was some kind of special symbol. It turns out to be his initials. Wow. All right, interesting story to start with, but I got more things in the junk drawer. All right, this one has to do with courtesy towing in Philadelphia. So that is, if you're not familiar with courtesy towing, there was a story in the news recently. It's a term that describes what the city formally calls relocation towing. Notoriously, and this is in the Enquirer, notoriously dysfunctional process for moving legally parked vehicles to make room for things like special events, utility work, or construction. And some cars, they will just drop off somewhere and you don't know where it is. And cars can go missing for days, weeks, and some actually disappear forever.
Yeah, nobody's keeping track, which is so crazy.
They're changing it.
Thank
So
you.
this is the tow system is finally getting an overhaul. The city promising in writing to use its, quote, reasonable best efforts to stop losing your cars. If that happens, gone will be the days of parking on 15th Street only to find it the following week in the middle of Washington Avenue with $120 worth of parking tickets on the windshield. So you remember there was a guy that was forced to pay nearly $1,000 to get his BMW off the auction block,
right,
after it was courtesy towed into a loading zone and then impounded by the parking authority. And a woman or the women who were pulled over by police in other states for driving their own stolen cars, even though they had actually been courtesy towed in Philly months earlier. So they're working on changing it. After a protracted legal battle in federal court and 6 years worth of Enquirer stories, lawyers for the city have tentatively agreed to fix the problem. The city said in a agreement that was filed in federal court last week that it'll pay $750,000 to 36 courtesy tow victims and then start requiring tow truck drivers who participate in the relocation program to keep track of where they unhook the cars.
So there was a story, this story's out of the Enquirer as well, but there was a story a while back and made the news as well about this woman who had parked near the link. She thought she was in, it seemed to be, she recalls it being a legal spot, and they courtesy towed her vehicle. Yeah. And it was days looking for her car.
Yeah.
So they will have a handheld device, the tow truck drivers, to record where they are deposited, and that will go to a website. Under terms of the agreement, the city is expected to partner with the Philadelphia Parking Authority, which already uses such technology, to create a citywide system similar to those in Chicago, Phoenix, and other cities that maintain online databases of towed vehicles. That's all they have to do is keep track of them, keep them in a database.
That's it.
Do you know
They'll
what I'm
tell you
not
where it is.
completely clear on? A snow route. Like a designated snow route. What is the purpose of that designation, and what occurs on a snow route? I know that they can, if there is an inclement weather situation, they can tow vehicles.
Right.
But what else constitutes and what are the ramifications of a designated snow route?
Yeah, I don't know why they choose those particular streets. I guess maybe they're thoroughfares that get regular traffic, and they're going to need to be open.
That's
and
what
so
I'm
therefore,
guessing.
when they plow, they need room for the snow to go somewhere, and that's why you can't park there.
Right.
I mean, that's my guess.
That's what I assume, but I don't know. What goes into the process?
Yeah, so you need to. That's why you need to be aware of the forecast, because they will make that announcement via the news.
But the news barely covers like snow forecast. You know what I mean? So, like, how are you supposed to know?
We can only get a little more attention on that. So, all right, I got another thing, and it has to do with Philadelphia. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, there it is. This summer, a high-tech time capsule will be buried at Independence Hall and will not be opened until 2,276.
It's a good run.
That's a long.
A lot of times it's a lot shorter.
Yep.
Oh man, I can't wait to see what it is when they open it.
Yeah.
It's a poop knife.
So the sleek round.
This must have been some facial thing. No, it's a poop knife.
Rub it on your face, Al. So the sleek, round stainless steel pod is designed to survive centuries underground and will be packed with items from all 50 states, U.S. territories, federal leaders, students, and even sports leagues, including things like a Rose Parade keepsake and an NFL playoff coin. Engineers teamed up to make sure that moisture doesn't destroy the contents using special materials.
Yeah, that would suck.
And an air-sealed design to keep things dry for the long haul.
I'm enamored of the notion of the time capsule.
Yeah.
I always thought that was cool. And the question always comes up of this time, what would you put in of every time? It's been asked throughout my life.
They very rarely is there anything of real value that comes out.
No, it's more
cultural, just a snapshot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Do we have a time capsule on the walls here?
I think we may have put like bumper stickers or something like that, like Preston and Steve bumper stickers or MMR bumper stickers. When they were building our studio, the construction guys asked if we wanted to put
the trick is remembering you put a time capsule.
Yeah.
I like the
and
idea.
letting other people know 200 years from now.
I like the idea when people are redoing their, let's say their kitchen or whatever, and they put like a fake skeleton in the walls.
Right.
I think that's
or
a
an
funny
evil-looking doll or something
Yeah.
like that. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
I love that. So a replica is going to tour publicly before the real one is sealed beneath the historic grounds.
So you'll get to see the fake time capsule?
Yes, you do get to see the fake time
Please
capsule.
get in the car. We're going to go see the fake time capsule. Daddy.
And it will be alongside a new Join or Die sculpture, giving future Americans a snapshot of life in 2026, and that coincides with the 250th anniversary.
You want to know that something attached to your, you're a fan of the movie Passengers, right, Case?
Yeah. I've seen it.
Have you ever seen that, Preston?
No.
Okay, Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt. They have they're traveling. They're in suspended animation, and long story short, the ship that they're in basically becomes a time capsule at the end of it. But it's kind of cool.
All right, one last story from the junk drawer. So Axe body spray is going to make it harder to overdo it with the spray.
No more paint rollers?
Subtle design changes are hoping to make that the overusing it of teen boys dousing themselves a thing of the past.
By the way, the original commercial campaign showed people dousing themselves.
Oh,
with
sure.
it.
Yeah.
Axe isn't just doing it to spare us. They're also hoping to attract a new generation of customers with a redesigned spray bottle for their product.
I mean, it maybe appeal to the wealthier, like a Bezos going out for the evening.
I don't know.
Is it not going to be the aerosol that just, sandblast your body.
So the brand has launched what they're calling a new history of overdoing it campaign, which should be kind of fun, I would think, along with their fix for the issue in the form of new spray technology and new formula for the fragrance. Part of the overspraying problem was that the Axe bottle. So they have re-engineered the spraying system, but they also tweaked the product's ingredients, including reducing the amount of propellant gas. So now users can spray less of it and still get the same effect without the dreaded cloud effect from before.
And they're mixing it with milk, which I think is an interesting move.
It sours quickly, though.
I do remember as a teen, though, and looking back, it's stupid, but trying to wear cologne or smelling right was going to give you the edge.
I'm going to get so laid off this, high karate,
and you totally fall for it because you're trying anything at that point.
You all the things that you think are part of the process. What was the competitor to Axe? Was it Bod?
I don't remember.
Oh, you know what? That sounds familiar. Bod.
I remember the commercial. I want your Bod.
Yeah, my son went through an Axe phase. It didn't last very long, but then he did end up getting into cologne. I think people his age at that time, like Versace Eros was big, and then he found something else. But
Gazpacho.
Gazpacho was really, really good.
Pesto,
pesto for men.
Yeah,
but I've been a cologne guy for many, many years. And I have
Is that gazpacho?
I have my scents that I like.
I rarely wear it.
I wear it every day.
Sometimes I will, but
do I ever do it?
There was a time where it was important to me, but I don't care that much anymore.
I wear it every day as well.
Yeah, I don't smell it on you.
I never smell it on you.
Yeah, I don't know if I've just become nose blind to you.
Yeah,
nose blind to myself.
I don't pick up on yours.
Yeah, but like we had Des Rocks in here 2 weeks ago, and his record guy Tyson. He's like, oh, you smell great, man. And I was
okay.
like, hey,
let's go out for some drinks.
Yeah.
But a couple of years ago, I remember we were talking about this very thing, and Kathy had tracked it down. Actually, somebody who had gray flannel, which was always my favorite
flannel.
scent. So I have some of that. I mean, I've had it for years now, this current bottle.
Yeah.
And it's still 3/4 of the way full. I just very rarely use it.
I go through because the one that I use that people and Claire selected it for me, so it's and she likes the smell. It's called Pleasures. I go through it a lot because it only comes in a certain size,
right?
And that's it's not a lot.
Is that Estee Lauder?
It is Estee Lauder.
Yeah.
Good on you.
I was not. I haven't worn perfume or cologne. I used to wear guys' cologne because I used to like the smell.
Yeah.
In years, but I was in Sephora with a girlfriend the other day, and she goes like every month and buys a new one and just buys a little travel one, and that is her like refresher. If she's going into a meeting or freshening herself up in the ladies' room, it's part of her little spritz.
I do like a pleasant perfume.
I love it.
Yeah.
And it's. I mean, okay, this is going to sound creepy, but if a woman walks past me and then you can
follow them home and attack them.
Exactly. You know what I was going to say.
That does sound a little creepy.
That sounds creepy.
No, but if a woman walks past me, I'll give after when the breeze goes by, I'll kind of give just to see what they're wearing.
Yeah.
I love women's perfume. I do.
I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
It is one of the sexiest things I think is the classic atomizer.
Yeah.
I think it's the classic spraying on.
The colognes that I wear or that I choose to wear are not musky. They're not like manly or I like a lighter sort of a smell.
Like gazpacho.
And actually back in the day, when we were like Y100 Media, when I used to smoke a lot.
Yeah.
I would get like cucumber melon body spray, like the women's fragrance body spray.
To counter the smoke?
Which you just smell like stale smoke and cucumber melon, but
Steve talking about this and Casey smelling womanish, she goes by, made me think of one of my all-time favorite Saturday Night Live bits from the original cast of Not Ready for Primetime Players. It was called Hey You.
Right, yeah.
It was Gilda Radner.
Yeah.
Oh my God, was that
It's
funny?
wonderful, yeah.
I'm not going to explain the whole thing, but it's if you get a chance, go search it out. Hey,
The way it wraps up with her.
yeah, it's the best.
I didn't think about the body sprays though, Casey. Like the sun-ripened raspberry, the cool cucumber.
Yeah, it's
You
funny.
do that all day long.
Because I use body spray quite a bit. And then my girlfriend at the time, she bought me body spray. It was from Bath & Body Works, but it was man body spray. And I hated it. I was like, this. I don't like it was too musky and stuff. I'm like, no, just give me the raspberry or the cucumber. I really like the cucumber
pesto.
melon, yeah.
Dream.
By the way, a text says, I'm 53 years old. I still have half a bottle of Drakkar from high school. He still has had it that long.
So I went through my Drakkar phase.
Yeah.
And of course, a lot of people did.
Yeah.
It was
You know who still
extremely
does?
popular.
You know who still wears Drakkar Noir? Craig Lagance.
No kidding.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, find something you like, you stick with it. There you go. All right, we got to close up the junk drawer, everybody. Let's close it up.
That was the junk drawer. Preston's closing up his junk drawer. There's nothing left here in the junk drawer. Until next time, that was the junk drawer.
All right. Our jingle sung by our own friend Kyle Mack. Thank you for that again, Kyle. We're going to take a break, come back in a second. We will get to the bizarre file when we return, so make sure you stay with us, and we'll make it Friday with Froggy. Stay there. Yeah, and a whole where you can go in and get tested, and have, I took my dad in there when he was living with us for a little while to get his hearing aids fixed and all that. So,
Well, Dad, if you're listening to this
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. This research is part of a growing wave of very promising lab studies that point to a tantalizing future where Alzheimer's and other neurological issues could be a thing of the past. Besides this P7C3820 research, others have scored remarkable lab results using different compounds and treatments. So this has made normally cautious scientists so excited that they are making bold predictions. University of Edinburgh neuroscience professor Tara Spires-Jones said that this month she thinks that the scientists are closer than ever to a truly life-changing treatment in as little as 5 to 10 years.
You need stuff like this. I mean, this specifically robs you of when family members or people are dealing with this and somebody ceases to recognize them. The whole Bruce Willis's thing, it's not exactly Alzheimer's, right? But there is a similar aspect, and it sort of robs the person. It's a horrifying thing.
So, regardless of the cause, previous research has suggested that Alzheimer's is a form of inflammation, and that means lessening or zeroing out inflammation in the brain could be key rather than managing symptoms. So, let me get to the whole mouse thing. Yeah. So, for the study, the scientists focused on the impact of the crucial molecule called NAD+, or I'll call it NAD.
Yeah,
I know. Sounds like a ball, right?
Yeah.
It's a coenzyme important for driving cellular metabolism, which decreases as we age. Patients with Alzheimer's suffer from a significant decrease of NAD+ in the brain, and hence their brain cells have trouble maintaining normal functionality, staving off inflammation, canceling other physical hallmarks of the disease.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they took 2 types of mice, lab mice.
All right.
That have been genetically bred to be predisposed to Alzheimer's. So they know how to do that. Treatment successfully prevented them from developing the disease. But the big news was they injected the compound into another batch of lab mice who were suffering from a relatively advanced stage of Alzheimer's at 6 months of age. After getting injections, the mice completely recovered their cognitive ability, and their NAD+ levels were restored to homeostasis levels. So that's amazing.
That is amazing. So if the NAD levels are correct, do they even have to introduce the D's nuts?
No.
I don't think so.
No, as long as your NADs are good,
you don't even have to worry.
You don't
about
even
these
have to concern yourself with them. What's also good about this study is that P7C3820 offers an alternative pathway to boosting NAD levels versus taking over the counter chemical precursors for NAD+, which can raise NAD+ to such toxic levels that people could develop cancer.
Don't want that.
Yeah.
That's where you would introduce the D's nuts.
So I thought that was pretty amazing.
No, listen, so much of just having hope, it really does help to have something to affix to. And I think this is very encouraging news. Chris Hemsworth has an issue with this, right?
Well, I think there's a family
history, and he found out that he found out he's very predisposed to it. Yeah,
but it's. I mean, listen. Yes, this is encouraging, and I'm really happy. But then I also feel bad for the
people
that it's too late for.
I know, and it is the sad nature of these things. But hope is hope.
Yep.
Yeah, so they want to obviously start human trials as they possibly can, but they obviously have to do more testing before you can find out if you can even try this stuff out.
I wonder if you can could they talk to Rat Boy, because that's kind of a happy medium.
Already
Eugene.
there.
Yeah.
Eugene.
That's from Rat Boy. So we'll have to wait and see. But listen, it's hope. It's good news. And when I see
why
stories,
not good news?
When I see stories like this, like I got a birthday coming up, all right? And I'm like, oh my God. All right, 10 years? All right, would that be available for me when I eventually have Alzheimer's?
I have it all planned out. I'm going to keel over. We got a cure.
Yeah, the next day. It'll happen.
The guy's going to step over my body on the floor and go, we can fix it.
It's like 10,000 spoons, but all you need is a knife.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, here's a text from somebody. It says, an audiologist here. There is a link between dementia and hearing loss. So dementia. Lack of hearing makes you withdraw from conversation and you lack mental stimulation. And that's a quick explanation of it.
There we go. Okay,
So
that makes
can happen.
sense.
Yeah, I could see that.
The less engaged, again, I've seen people in my life where I know when they took the classic retire, kind of disconnect from society and engagement, it seemed that their dementia accelerated.
And then here's a text that says, and yes, most insurance companies do not cover hearing aids, and it is criminal. So just a heads up, it can get expensive. All right, let's move over to orgasms.
Yes, love them.
All right, we go from...
And how are the mice doing with this?
Well, they're...
Oh, man. Who's your daddy?
Well, this is mainly in females. So
female mice.
If you've ever found yourself in tears or cracking up during sex, even if nothing was especially funny or upsetting, it's not uncommon. Having sex...
Oh, she definitely got there. I can hear it.
I'm going to make you laugh so hard.
Oh, my God! You're possessed!
Oh, my God! Multiple laughters.
And then we need the screaming orgasm guy on the other side of that. Oh, my God. Oh, it's too funny. So having sex can be weird.
Wow, I'm gonna be like her.
It can
I'll
be
have what she's at. Yeah.
It can be weird, awkward, or embarrassing, and it turns out our reactions to it can be as well. New research suggests that headaches, crying, nosebleeds, or even hallucinations during or after an orgasm are totally normal responses for women.
Yes, it's funny. You always Just Saying Institute always seems to tap into things I've just read articles about or whatever. I mean, I know we're pulling from the same pool of stuff, but it is a convulsive sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so you would imagine.
Yeah, and your body releases
people have heart attacks.
All kinds of hormones. So a new study from Northwestern University is the first one to look into how often and consistently women experience various responses and when they happen most often. And it finds that while these sensations tend to be rare, they are within the range of normal sexual response, even if they're surprising to the woman experiencing them. Dr. Lauren Stryker, a clinical professor at Northwestern University, says that women need to know that if they have uncontrollable peals of laughter every time they orgasm and nothing was funny, they're not alone. The study involved anonymous responses from 3,800 women, and 86 of them reported experiencing these responses. Overall, 61% had physical symptoms, 88% had emotional responses, and more than half felt more than one symptom. A third experienced a headache.
Yeah.
Almost a quarter had muscle weakness, and close to 20% reported foot pain or tingling.
So if your nose started to bleed, would you think you were in the upside down at that point?
Only 2% reported getting a nosebleed, by the way.
Okay.
So that was more on the rare
I would
side.
think like I'd burst a blood vessel or something if that happened.
Yeah. Laughter was fairly common, as 40% experienced it.
Well, if something feels orgiastically good, that's why there's a correlation between tickle porn or tickle, that sort of thing, where people really want to be tickled into, submission.
And 4% had hallucinations. I'm sorry. I was thinking about something.
What?
Remember the one time we all made our orgasm faces here?
I forget.
There's a video. There's a Daily Rush video somewhere, Steve, and I think it might be a screen cap of you, and you're just like, this grimace on your
I would
face.
never want to see my face.
How about that, man? Would you? The next time you're taking care of yourself, have your phone nearby.
I'll stream it live.
Take a quick video.
Marissa's got the it's on our YouTube page.
It's
Daily
an old,
Rush.
It's an old videos from 12 years ago.
Man,
I think I had purposely paid attention to when I was taking care of my own business as to what my face contorted into. I didn't look at myself while I was doing that, but anyhow, try that out at home today. The most common response, though, from the women that were surveyed about this was crying, actually. 63% said that they had, and another 43% say that they felt the urge to do so.
A flood of
emotion,
hormones.
Yeah.
There's a happy
Marissa,
cry.
not to get very personal, but have you ever had any of these?
Any odd reaction?
Dad, stop listening now. No. But I have had a partner that did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was with somebody who cried.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like often or just one time?
Every time.
Every time.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
No
it
kidding.
wasn't like a sob, but it was like it was a whimper because it was probably like holding back from trying not to cry.
Okay, question. Did you ever talk to him about it or ask him?
No, it wasn't the type of relationship that I needed
Okay.
to.
All right.
I just can laugh about it on the radio so many years later.
No, I was just wondering if you got any insights from him about that.
So-
Yeah, it wasn't.
That's interesting.
I didn't need to talk to him that much.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
That's why you're married to someone else, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Only 17 of those who reported having any of these experienced them consistently, and 69% had them sometimes. So if you have a weird reaction like that, it's not
Fine.
necessarily, out of the ordinary, and just be aware.
What if you involuntarily evacuate your bowels?
You mean that doesn't happen to you guys, too?
We should talk
That's
to
how I
somebody
got that
about
face.
Let's talk.
All right, we'll go somewhere else. Now, Marissa can relate to this. It's something called time blindness.
Very.
Russell Barkley, a retired clinical psychologist at the University of Massachusetts, is often credited with linking time impairment with people with ADHD or autism. In 1997, he called it temporal myopia. But recently, time blindness has sparked a social media debate. Where is the line between a genuine condition and someone who is disorganized or just plain rude?
Yeah, a lot of people use it, and everyone wants to jump on the latest syndrome and stuff and say that's why I'm late for work all the time. It's because I have this, but it's not. There is a definite clinical condition that is not what a lot of people think it is.
Time blindness is the inability to determine how long a task will take or conceptualize how much time has passed. It relates to executive function that occurs in the frontal lobes of the brain. It is a well-documented characteristic of many people with ADHD. And Stephanie Sarkis, a psychotherapist in Tampa Bay, Florida, said anyone can have issues with running late. Just with ADHD, there's functional impairment. And it impacts family life and social life. It impacts work, money, management, all areas of life. Sarkis said if a person's chronic tardiness is 1 star in the constellation of symptoms, then it could be evidence of a treatable disorder. She cited research that stimulant medication prescribed for other ADHD symptoms, such as inattention or restlessness, is also effective at treating time blindness.
So yeah, so you said ADHD is
might be
all right to part of this. I err on the other side. If I'm anything, I'm too early more often than not. But I'd prefer that. I like you. I think we both agree, Preston. Rather get to the airport way early than close to on time. I don't.
I feel like the airport.
I get too nervous.
The airport one is the only one where I'm like, okay, I want to be early.
I see you walk in like when we do movie screenings. You walk in like 2 minutes before the movie starts. I've been there for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, the airport thing, and the reason that I don't mind getting there super early is, number one, fear of the major inconvenience that it would be to miss your flight.
Right.
And how many hoops you have to jump through. I am already going to be tired from this day.
Yeah.
And I don't need to add on several hours and complications and all that. So getting there early is totally worth it. Plus, there's stuff to do at the airport.
Right.
You know?
Could pretend you're a spy.
Yeah. So for me, it's more of like this. You never know what the security check-in line is going to look like.
Yeah.
And I've been there where I've just walked right through, and then I've also been there where the line goes all the way
Service.
down. No, the line goes all the way down. The corridor.
Yeah.
And so my fear is that I'm going to get there and it's going to be really, really crowded. Right. And Press, you're right. There are a ton of things that you can do, and also, even if they're I can just sit in the terminal, play on my phone or whatever.
Yeah, see, I just have all of these things all together, and it's so terrible.
You're like right up. You'll right up to the last second.
Oh, yeah, yes. And Steve, I'm self-diagnosed ADHD, and I see the videos on Instagram, and I watch them, and...
Listen, you guys ready?
I know what you're doing.
All right,
you took your glasses off.
I'm ready to go. Let's make it Friday! Breathe. Here we go.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
All right. Remind me of I know. Get out of breath. I'm dancing around. Remind me of something at the end of the Bizarre File.
Okay.
Just say, Preston, I was supposed to remind you of something. All right. Brought to you this morning by Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey. They want you to screw the usual and register your nuttiest sled for the Preston and Steve Cardboard Classic and a chance to win $1,000 cash. Go to WMMR.com to get the details. Today's the last day to register your sled, by the way, and that's how you can win the $1,000 cash from peanut butter, from the Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey. Okay. A Tennessee couple was left with serious bodily injuries when a set of taxidermied antlers came crashing down on them as they tried to enjoy a steak dinner, according to a six-figure lawsuit. Yes, rantlers, out of nowhere.
Taxidermied antlers come down on them while they're eating. How big were they?
Yeah, they're pretty big. So Dennis and Patricia Schwartz are seeking $150,000 each over a freak occurrence, which took place earlier this month at a Longhorn Steakhouse in a Nashville suburb.
So they're at a restaurant.
Yeah, the complaint says that the plaintiffs were dining at the Longhorn Steakhouse and a decorative object made of wood and antlers, referred to hereafter as decorative object, detached from the wall and fell onto the plaintiffs due to it being improperly and inadequately secured to the wall of the premises.
You folks won 2 free sides.
The Schwartzes also say that they have further endured lasting mental anguish in the aftermath. In their complaint, they argue that the management at Longhorn location in question should have known that the rantlers were improperly and inadequately secured to the wall of the premises. By the way, their complaint, it doesn't lay out the details of their injuries, but taxidermy, especially antlers, have been responsible for grievous harm in the past. In 2019, a New York man was nearly blinded when a stuffed deer head fell off a shelf in his garage and one of the antlers pierced his eye.
Wow.
Unbelievable. I know.
It's great.
Surgeons were able to save Matthew Derkowitz's sight, but said that it was one of the most extreme trauma cases they had ever seen. And that same year, this is horrible, a 9-month-old girl suffered a traumatic brain injury when a deer mount fell from a wall and the antler pierced her skull.
So those
things are sharp.
They
man.
are super sharp.
Yeah, so that's terrible. All right, moving on. Let's see what we have here. This took place in LaPorte, Pennsylvania. It's a quiet borough of about 320 people, and apparently a couple allegedly struck one another over the head with a frying pan.
Again!
State police were called to the residence of Paula Fulmar and Maynard Fulmar around 11:30 a.m. after receiving a report of an inactive domestic incident.
Where are the Fulmars?
Maynard answered the door and explained to Trooper Austin Aldamus that he and his wife had been arguing, and it came to blows. The husband said Paula pushed him into a kitchen cabinet and hit him over the head with a frying pan multiple times. In response, he took a frying pan, hit her over the head with it, and punched her once in the face with a closed fist. And then Paula then bit his right forearm. Aldamus reported seeing red marks on top of Maynard's head, consistent with where he said he had been hit with the frying pan. And there was
red marks!
Blood and a small bite mark on his forearm. The trooper went upstairs and met Paula in the bedroom. She allegedly admitted to striking her husband over the head with the frying pan and biting his arm after he struck her over the head and in the face. Aldamus said that there was a large contusion on her head from the frying pan, and she had a bloody lip from being punched in the face. The trooper went downstairs again and found 2 frying pans in the kitchen.
Look, it's clear you two are in love.
And one, he said, had a large dent on the bottom of it. The husband and wife were taken into custody, and they were each charged with simple assault and harassment. Both were given $5,000 unsecured bail. All right, the craziest weight loss scheme in a while is taking off in China. The new trend has people stretching plastic wrap over their mouths before eating. They chew food through the cling film, and then they throw the food away, hoping to trick their brains into feeling full without taking in any calories.
It wouldn't work.
I know. The idea is that tasting and chewing food,
but you're not tasting it,
even through plastic, can help curb hunger. Critics point out that pretending to eat doesn't give your body an actual any nutrition, and could make cravings worse over time. Experts also warn that the trend could contribute to serious eating disorders since it trains the brain to find pleasure in food while avoiding it. There are also real concerns about swallowing microplastics from chewing through the wrap as well. So wouldn't suggest
Do you remember that trendy thing that it was years ago where I think both you and I did it, where they wrapped us up?
Oh, yes, and you would lose weight. They would soak it in. They would tightly wrap your entire body.
Yeah,
and then they poured this liquid on you, which supposedly drew water weight out of you, and you weighed less when you were done with it.
And it all came back in like a day.
It was all snake oil. All right, so golfer Andrea Pavin. I'm not sure how you say his first name. He was a professional golfer. He was pulled out of this week's DP World Tour event in South Africa after he was hospitalized following a fall down an elevator shaft.
Whoa!
Yeah. The 36-year-old, 2-time DP World Tour winner fell multiple floors in a building where he was staying after the doors of the elevator opened, but no cab was there, and he stepped through. The Rome, Italy native reportedly needed extensive surgeries on Wednesday night for his injuries, which included his shoulder and back. Not good for a professional golfer. Pavin's college coach said, by all accounts, he's in good spirits, thankful to be alive and FaceTiming with his kids. The World Tour confirmed Pavin's withdrawal due to injury, but did not offer specifics.
So he went to step in and it wasn't there.
It wasn't there, yeah.
I mean, listen, back in the day when cell phones didn't exist, I don't know how something like that could happen. But today, myself included, so many people are on their phone.
You just step in on the phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you remember the series L.A. Law, right?
Oh, yeah.
It had one of the most surprising deaths ever. A main character, they're walking along and talking, and she goes to step into the elevator, and the elevator's not there, and she dies. Pulls down the elevator shaft.
Not paying attention. It can happen. One last story. A Canadian doctor who gained national attention during the COVID-19 pandemic for his campaign to reunite cross-border couples and families has been charged with 43 sex crimes spanning more than a decade. And the main reason I bring this up is because the guy's name is Dr. David Poon.
Dr. David Poon.
Dr. Poon.
That's perfect name for that.
Faces charges including sexual assault, voyeurism, and making child sexual abuse material with alleged offenses dating from 2014 to 2025. And his medical license in both Ontario and Saskatchewan have been suspended.
What kind of name is Poon anyway?
It's Comanche Indian, I believe. He has not responded to requests for comment and his lawyers have said that the charges are unproven and that he intends to fight them. So
It's like being a proctologist named Dr. Butthole.
Yeah, right.
It's a little too on the nose.
All right, there you go. That's what I have in the bizarre file for you this morning. All right, we're going to take a break.
No!
Oh,
You see?
I was supposed to.
You
Casey
see?
reminded me of. I said, remind me to do something after the bizarre file. I got an email, or it was a text, or somebody reached out through our YouTube community, and they're concerned about something behind me, and they just want to make sure, as they're watching on the video, that Alf is okay.
Oh.
So Alf is back there, and he's been laying in a very. Is he okay? Okay. All right, he's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Why was Alf on the floor?
He's always on the floor.
He's always on the
he?
floor,
Yeah,
but he was the way he was positioned. It looked like
yeah.
he was in pain or dying or something. like that.
Repose
So
him, please.
Yeah.
I desperately need to clean up this area.
Yeah.
I'm going to suggest, actually, besides the clean, I would like a more of a display area because it's so prominently featured on the video feed.
Yeah.
Something where you could perhaps elevate it and put some things the way you would dress up a anything behind you, a studio.
I don't know. I'll think.
Or do you
about
want
that.
it more lean and mean?
For now, lean and mean, but it's just it's a god awful mess. This is just where our stuff ends up.
Yeah.
People will send us some things, and I'll just go, okay, I'm not sure what to do with this, so I'll put it there. And I got a lot over here that I need to get rid of. It's a total mess, and over here is really messy too. I mean, I've
We have a
added
lot
a
of
bunch
stuff.
of things. I gotta move some stuff out. So maybe there'll be a project over the next. I'm not going to do anything until after Clearwater though, because we've got.
And then we can have
Too much on
bonfire Fridays.
Oh, just burn everything? Yeah. All right. Anyhow, thank you, Casey, for reminding me of that. And Alpha's okay. He's
Yay.
sitting in Casey's lap right now. We're going to take a break. When we get back, we have the Connoisseur. So get yourself ready. We'll return shortly.
The person who thinks that something takes 4 minutes and it takes 27 minutes.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, one will come by and it'll be like, oh, yeah, you had an event. And they're saying, like, oh, I'll be 5 minutes late. And you're like, that's okay. I've been here for 3 hours. Like, that doesn't compute with me whatsoever.
So this is you then.
Whatsoever.
Yeah.
And
So-
on top of this, I also have I'm not motivated to do things until I have to do something else. Like when I had to pack for over vacation for a road trip, I decided that was when I wanted to hang up the clothes that had been sitting on my floor for a month.
I see.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Like it was the pressure to pack that was like, oh, you know what? I've been meaning to do this. I should do that now
you get
and distract it
productive.
away from that.
You get productive
Yeah.
under pressure.
Yeah.
And is it difficult for you to attach priority to something? Meaning, like let's say this: if you had to be somewhere at 6 p.m. and if you weren't there on time, you were going to lose your job. That kind of priority would motivate you to be there early.
I'm so falsifying myself that I still think that I'm going to be on time, no matter what time I leave.
Okay.
I can convince myself that like I'm still leaving with enough time. Does that make sense?
Okay, but what I'm
Like,
saying, but if a heightened priority were put on something, would you make a mental note to I will not get there late, I will get there early?
Yes, like I will still think that I am leaving with enough time to be there early, but somehow
Even though you're running
this
late?
time blindness has kept me, and I end up being 3 minutes late.
I can't wrap my mind around
Yeah,
that.
So
it's
what
so
about-
wild.
What about?
It's hard to explain and it's hard to justify it because people don't understand it.
Yeah, so there is, and I feel like you did this to us. Maybe it was in Chicago or whatever, but we all had dinner reservations, and they don't sit you until everybody from your party shows up to the restaurant. And let's say the dinner reservation was at 6:30, and like you showed up well, and we're all just sitting there in the lobby, like just waiting and waiting. It might not have been you; it might have actually been Nick, but it was like I was like, come on, man! You know, there are like 10 people here waiting for you to be on time,
Right, yeah.
And this is me, the guy who's late for everything. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. It's like whatever that minute is, tell me 5 minutes before, and I will be there at the minute you wanted me to be there. Does that make sense?
Jeff Meltzer, a therapist in Bradenton, Florida, counsels people who never show up on time to examine the core issues behind their lateness. And this is interesting. Here's something I hadn't considered. He said some people who hate small talk fear arriving early, which could point to anxiety as the underlying issue.
That does suck.
Others may feel that they don't have much control over their lives, so they try to reclaim a few minutes from responsibilities. He said it's the same psychology concept behind revenge bedtime procrastination, referring to the urge that one may have to stay up late to recoup personal time after a busy day. Like, I had a busy day, I didn't get to enjoy anything, so I'm going to stay up late tonight.
Yeah.
So in those cases, one tool is to create a small, what he calls a coping card to refer to regularly. And he said, after determining a reason for chronic lateness, take an index card and write down a reframed thought about that reason and a consequence of being late. For instance, on one side, write, attending this meeting doesn't mean that I lose my freedom. And in the other side, write, being late again will upset people at work.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna happen.
No.
You're gonna put off doing that.
Yep. Meltzer said the hardest reason to change the habit would be something that early arrivers often attribute to latecomers, a sense of entitlement. People who feel that their time is more important than others' time may give themselves permission to be late.
You know what makes me feel a little bit uneasy is when we have a guest show up way early. And I know that there are certain guests that like, Mark Summers is an early guy.
Right.
I think Todd Glass is an early. And that's just who they are. They don't like to be late.
Yeah.
So let's say we tell them to be here at 8, to be on air at 8:15, and then they show up at 7:30. That makes me feel uneasy because now they're just waiting for 40, and I don't want them waiting for 45 minutes. I'd rather
and
them
I
wait
hear
for,
you. I'll tell you, as someone who does arrive early, I never feel that the onus is on the person who's the event I'm going to, that they have to entertain me or. Yeah.
I think most early arrivers don't either. So I think you just know that they made that choice.
Okay.
And they're good with it.
Yeah.
So it should be cool.
Except Mark Summers, who called you a prick.
The list of things that you're describing there, Preston, I feel like don't describe me. I'm so apologetic for all of it. And there's no entitlement about it whatsoever. I just feel like I could be more productive in that time than waiting for what was going on. And that's what I convinced myself.
That if you get there early, there's something else I could have been doing that was productive. And are you indeed doing productive things
Usually,
that make you run late?
Yeah, I'm doing the thing that
Shadow puppets.
wanted to do a week ago.
Right.
But I'm motivated to do it right now.
All right, so this is interesting. Particularly helpful, he says, has been making a list of how long things take. Getting out the door in the morning felt like it took 20 minutes until this therapist, Levat, listed every step from bed to door. So he actually timed it out. Walk down the stairs 1 minute, find shoes 1 minute. And he said, I had a list that was a whole page long of literally walking between rooms, and learned that it took 45 minutes, not 20 minutes.
Right.
So if you actually do a one-time test of how long things take, might give you a clearer picture.
I get that.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyhow, what are you laughing at?
I'm laughing. I'm laughing at these texts that came in that are saying that they're associated with me.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So
I'm
anyhow,
surprised they got the time to do that.
I like Marissa. We need T-shirts. It's real. It's hard to figure out. Or I thought Marissa was describing me. So I feel you guys who are out there.
All right, we're moving on to another story. As scientific advancements go, this is really unusual. A growing number of people are getting Brazilian butt lifts and breast enhancements using fat from donated human cadavers.
So there's something wildly ghoulish about that.
The product called
Franken-ass.
Aloe Clay is made from sterile fat that goes through a cleaning process to remove DNA and other materials that could cause
like to donate your loved one to go into someone else's ass.
It could cause a bad reaction. It is meant for patients who are too thin to use their own fat.
Yeah.
Or who have already had liposuction. This doesn't bother me. I think it's just weird saying that. But I mean, you get, if you even got donations from a living donor, I mean, it's still
that's weird too.
Removed from the body.
I mean, you will listen for life-saving. They already use cadaver stuff for life-saving measures.
I don't know what's weird about it. It just seems weird.
But
to
when
me,
it comes for cosmetic reasons,
seems a little bit more frivolous.
Yeah. Or.
So the filler can be injected.
What are you going to do with that penis?
The filler can be injected in a doctor's office without general anesthesia.
Yeah.
And Dr. Sachin Siradurani, a Manhattan plastic surgeon, said demand has been high for the product. Procedures start at around $10,000 and go up depending on the amount of filler used. Men are also using aloe clay to sculpt their chests without implants. Just dead people's fat.
How soon before they're going out these kill squads to get the ass juice that they need?
I saw there's a girl that on Instagram crazy. I know I follow attractive girls on Instagram, but there's a girl on Instagram who is, she has 6-pack abs.
Right.
But her body, the rest of her natural body fat doesn't seem to jibe with that. And I think that there's some kind of implants or injections that
It could be that. You know what I mean? That sort of contouring is quite common these days.
Yeah.
Where you see someone who's the rest of their body fat ratio doesn't belie a sculpted abdomen.
And as you know, Steve, to get that, because you've followed bodybuilding and stuff like that for a long time, to get the really definition, you have to build up the muscle first. And then you got to lose weight. Big time. You have to lose the fat. The fat covers up the muscle. And when the fat is gone, then you see the definition.
Absolutely. In case you would well know this as well, when they have to the water all of that has to be purged, and you would see it throughout the entire body. Yeah. You wouldn't just see it in the abs.
Right. So, Preston, this one person that you're talking about, did they have more fat on them?
Okay. Exactly. So that's what I mean. It doesn't jibe together. So I think they're doing either injections or maybe flat out implants.
There are ab implants.
Are there?
Yes, there are.
I wouldn't mind having ab implants. I mean, once in my life, I'd like to have. I took a real shot at it, man. I worked really, really hard for.
You got it.
Kind of, sort of, but it was so. I had to give up. I was trying too hard, and I injured myself a couple times. I'm like, I can't do it.
Get him on your back. See how you like.
Dude, those back abs are awesome.
You must work out like
Look at that.
You've got back abs.
Yeah, I mean, these people
Six-pack abs.
Are you looking at pictures, Mariz?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like the equivalent of getting a boob job. You're just getting an ab job.
Yeah. So we're looking at the photos of the guy on the left.
Can they
here,
do
Marissa.
hand jobs?
It's kind of like the girl that I was saying. See how you can tell that he's got sculpted abs, but he has big love handles there on the side too. It just doesn't
seem to make sense.
Quite jive.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyway, you can always do Dead People's Fat if you want to now, because that is available.
A good band name, Dead People's Fat.
All right, I think we got to wrap up the. Or do we have time for one more case?
One more.
All right. Let's do a quicker one. Yeah. How about this? New research shows that stressed out rats are more likely to use cannabis when given the chance.
So they toke up when they get a little bit of agitation?
Yeah, they roll a spliff and they're fired up and you're good to go.
Irie.
Scientists at Washington State University created...
Put on some Marley.
Created detailed behavior profile. By the way, tonight, the last of the Cardboard Classic Pacifico pre-parties, Ryan Shuttleworth shall be your host this evening. And he's going to be at the Crossroads Tavern in Percy from 7 to 9. Stop by. There will be $3 Pacifico drafts. You can grab some Pacifico swag and enter your way into Mountain Fest. Okay, you can win possibly some passes. He's going to have 10 general admission passes for Mountain Fest because you do need a ticket to that. Not the Cardboard Classic. It's the day after the Cardboard Classic, but you do need tickets for Mountain Fest, and he's also going to have a pair of VIP passes to give away too.
Excellent. Yeah.
So click on events at WMMR.com to get all of the information.
I suggest getting there a little earlier because the Pacifico hats are really rad.
All right.
Grab one of those, get there early.
Excellent. All right, it is Friday morning, and we got to talk about all things food. Time for the Connoisseur.
It's time for the Connoisseur, and there's a theme today.
There is a theme. We'll get to that in a moment. We'll play clips and we'll give away some $50 Acme Markets gift cards. They are our sponsors, so listen up. That'll be along shortly. The first story I have is about Panera. And we love Panera, and they have introduced their first ever value meal, which includes soup, salads, and sandwiches. And they just announced this yesterday.
See, I always thought the You Pick 2 was a good value meal.
It is an excellent deal.
Yeah.
But this adds on to it. So Panera's new mix and match menu will give customers the option to purchase half a sandwich, half a serving of salad, or a cup of soup. And I know you're thinking, well, you can do that with the You Pick 2, but I'll explain. Customers can order 2 to 10 menu items and get one free side per order.
So when you
so that's how that's different.
When you go into Panera, you order 10 things?
No.
Okay.
But if I'm buying for some friends and family,
there you go.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. I've been, it's Panera advertised on the station? They should.
Sure.
All right, good. Yeah. Because, yes, they have really brushed up things in a great way. I find myself getting food from Panera quite a lot. Their product line, everything is top of the top.
So there are 11 options to choose from, including a rotating seasonal item, and each retails for $4.99. The addition comes as more fast food restaurants like McDonald's and Taco Bell add options to their menu, value options, that is. While similar in that it lets you pick more than one menu item, the value meal is different from Panera's You Pick Two option, says in this article. The new value menu has 10 options, and the You Pick Two meal option offers more choices. The price point is also different. Everything on the value meal is priced at $4.99, but the You Pick Two option ranges from $4.99 to $7.89.
There we go. That's still good.
Yeah.
I love their tuna fish sandwich, man.
Oh, I do too. I get it regularly.
So good.
That's my default when I go there.
Right? It's just top
salad.
level.
They still put mustard on it?
Believe it or not, I do.
Yeah.
I ordered it one time. I said everything on it. So I wanted all, lettuce, tomato, onion, everything that comes on it. And they had also put spicy mustard on there. And the first time I tried it, I'm like, you know what? This is actually really good. And I never would have thought to have done that.
I love it.
I never would have thought to have combined those flavors, and it turned out to be a winner.
Their tomato basil, very, very good. And their black bean, superb.
All right, so the half sandwiches include the toasted Italiano, the toasted caprese focaccia, yes?
Yeah, the toasted Italiano, that's my jam too.
That's your go-to?
Yeah, I'll do a You Pick Two of that and with the tomato soup.
All right, also bacon turkey bravo, cranberry walnut chicken salad. Those are the ones that are available for this.
Now you're talking.
On salads, you can choose Caesar, Fuji apple chicken, ranch parm, BLT. And for the soups, you can get the creamy tomato, the home-style chicken noodle, and the bistro French onion. That's the one I go for, is their French onion.
The French onion's really good.
Each order will include a single side, and customers can choose a baguette, chips, or an apple, of course. Each option costs $4.99, but customers will have to purchase two of their options to order from the value menu. Customers will spend at least $9.98, excluding taxes, when ordering from the menu. So that is new.
Good news.
To Panera.
I like what they I thought they kind of gone off the radar, but now they're back, baby.
All right, we're going to play our first clip to see if you can identify what movie this is from. It has to do with food or drink. Here we go.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
That's a no-brainer. 610-660-9333. Call if you know the answer. Order up. And I will now reveal today's theme. Casey, give me some kind of outrageous, over-the-top fanfare for this, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, at Ryan Christopher's restaurant, Liver Week has arrived. So Liver Week, we heard from Ryan Shuttleworth. This is his family's restaurant, Ryan Christopher's in Narberth.
That's correct, yes.
It is Liver Week.
It's the most ridiculous thing ever.
Everybody's so excited. So every single clip that we play today has to do with liver.
There you go.
Right? So it is one of the most unique food specials in our area, and it returns to Ryan Christopher's BYO, which is 245 Woodbine Avenue in Narberth. And Ryan, how often does this happen?
So we do this every 4 to 6 weeks. We'll have this.
Oh, okay. I thought it was once a year.
I thought it was once a year.
Yeah, that's why. It's like once a quarter.
So, quick question. So you do it every 20 minutes?
Yeah, every 16 moments.
But we talked about it. I'm not the world's biggest liver fan, but for the liver aficionado, this is an amazing thing.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing started where we had a story where it was pronounced the most undesirable dish in America, and I mean it started with when we started the restaurant in 2009, we ran it as a special. A guy loved it and said nobody serves this anymore. My grandfather said, "Give me your phone number, I'll call you when I run it again." And now I have hundreds of people I call individually to let them know we're running it.
So there are liver lovers.
I have ones that call themselves the Liver Lovers Crew. I wish I remembered her name. She answers the phone every single time that I call, and she just screams at the top of her lungs, "It's Liver Week, baby!"
Liver Week.
They go nuts.
So this goes on for the whole week?
Yeah, so we'll run it the days that we're open. So we're open for dinner Wednesday through Sunday. It'll be the 4th through the 8th. It's a wild thing.
I'd like a snappier name, like Liverfest.
Yes.
Or something like that. I like Liver Week is fine, but there needs to be... Is there something alliterative, like, liver lovers?
Oh, yeah.
Liver lovers loving the living of life.
Liver lovers loving liver together.
How about I'm a believer?
Instead of I'm a believer, I'm a believer. You could... The Ted Lasso believe.
Yeah,
make that into liver. There you go, right there. All right.
I'm a believer.
So they are serving sautéed calves liver served with grilled onions, crisp bacon, and Marsala wine demi-glaze. And it's happening next Wednesday through Sunday.
Correct.
So the 4th through the 8th. And it is the family-owned and operated Ryan Christopher's. The owner is Chef Michael Clawmenzer. And who is that to you?
That's my grandfather.
Your grandfather, along with your grandmother Phyllis and daughter Kim. That's your mom.
That's my mom. Yep.
And then you. And
So-
you guys run it.
The brunch, the very famous brunch, is there a liver component to the brunch?
We had somebody before that came in a couple times during the week for liver and said, "Would you do a liver omelet for me?" And we went, "What the hell? We got it." And I mean, people have done it.
So
funny.
I've never had calves liver before. I told you guys before, we used to eat chicken livers regularly. It's a southern delicacy. But I've never had calves liver. I don't know what it tastes like.
I'm not a fan, or I was not a fan.
I've had liver worse.
Yeah, what's that made out of? Is that pig?
I don't know what animal that comes from. That's a good question,
dove.
Casey. And it's all processed and everything. So, but this is just the organ.
Yeah.
And cooked up, and I'll have to try it sometime. Is liver kind of tough?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I personally have never had it. I always have. So when people ask me, you do this all the time, and you've never had it, and I always have the old adage. It's if you've seen Scarface, never get high on your own supply. I don't want to eat what I can sell. So.
All right. Well, anyhow, if you don't like liver, the full menu is still available, including the award-winning crab cakes, French onion soup, and Snickers pie. Oh, you guys have a Snickers pie.
So my grandmother is our pastry chef. It's all her recipes. Her and my mom make all of the desserts for the restaurant.
Okay.
I like what was it? Run the items again,
crab cakes, French onion soup,
French
and
onion soup.
Snickers pie.
French onion soup. How is that presented? As a big glob of cheese or?
Yeah, I mean, just in the baked traditional gratin. Just you like French onion, you'll love ours.
Even though it almost killed me once, French onion soup, I adore it.
Everybody has almost died from French onion soup from choking on that cheese. Yep.
I went the last snowstorm. The spicy mussels are a must-have.
Okay. So you can get details at Ryan Christopher's BYOB.com, or you can call them at 610-664-9282. And again, they are located at 245 Woodbine Avenue. And maybe, if you're lucky, you'll get a sneak peek of Ryan Shuttleworth working around there while you're there.
Listen, call the liver lover in your life and let them know.
Yes. That this is luscious and libacious and lovely.
Quite liberating.
And lugubrious.
And liberating.
Lugubrious.
All right. We will play the clip again, see if somebody knows what this is from.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Chianti. All right, we're going to go to Dan and see if he knows the answer. Hey, Dan, you're on the air, buddy.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Rock and roll.
Rock and roll, buddy. All right, this is an easy one. Name that movie, please.
The movie is The Silence of the Lambs.
Of course. Yep. Hang on, Dan.
Dr. Lecter, it's pronounced Chianti.
We are going to give you a $50 Acme Markets gift card. If you're hungry in a hurry, you got to try Acme's Flash Grocery Delivery or pick up, get your fresh groceries in 30 minutes or less.
What if in that incredible performance, Oscar-winning performance, if after that he didn't go, but he went,
that would be even better. It'd be more...
with a nice Chianti.
Iconic.
Dr.
All right,
Lecker, this looks very weird.
here's another clip for you. Let's see if you can identify this one.
All we got to do is show a little class, a little sophistication, and we're in like a dirty shirt.
And that's no problem, Lloyd. We can be classy and sophisticated. Look at the fun bags on that hose's house.
I'd like to eat her liver with some fava beans and a nice bottle of Chianti.
610-660-9333 is the number. Order up and... We're diving right into the fast food roundup. I'm going to start with a story about Burger King. Burger King announced yesterday that they are giving the Whopper its first makeover in nearly a decade. They're not changing a whole lot about it, okay? The new version will feature a premium bun. All right, that's one of the big things. Creamier mayonnaise, and it will be served in a clamshell box rather than paper wrapping.
And I believe we've said it a number of times. I am a huge Whopper fan.
Yeah.
I love the Whopper Jr.
They just opened up a Burger King in my neck of the woods in Harleysville, and I think I may go get a Whopper today.
Do it today.
New and improved.
And ask for some liver.
I have not been in there yet. So the company says that the changes come after customer complaints of smashed burgers that were falling apart. Either earlier this month, Burger King invited customers to share the feedback and improvement ideas with the company's president via call or text. Tom Curtis, the president of Burger King U.S., said in a news release on Thursday, with that work well underway, we are now in a position to thoughtfully elevate our core menu. The Whopper is an icon, so we didn't set out to reinvent it. Instead, we elevated it based on direct guest feedback.
I can't believe Tom Curtis of Burger King is calling my phone.
The new version of the iconic burger is set to roll out this week to more than 7,000 Burger King locations nationwide, so they're getting right on it.
We are very excited that we're getting some samples that are going to be brought by here. Maybe.
The company was sure to note that the beef patty would remain the same. According to the company, the new burger will cost franchisees more, but Burger King is urging them not to raise prices.
By the way, lest we forget, the Whopper preceded the Big Mac.
Yeah.
The Big Mac?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Speaking of McDonald's, two more stories from Fast Food Roundup, and they both involve McDonald's. The world's biggest McDonald's has officially moved from Florida to France with a massive new 21,000 square foot restaurant opening at Disney Village near Disneyland Paris. So it's it's called the ultra modern $23 million space. It replaces a smaller 90s era location and spans 3 floors with room for 600 diners, 23 self-service kiosks, a panoramic glass elevator, table service, and even a 3-story indoor play area packed with tunnels and slides.
It's pretty amazing.
It also leans eco-friendly, featuring solar panels, green roof, and a living wall.
And a nuclear reactor.
While serving up French exclusive menu items like the McExtreme with bacon and egg, the smoky
McExtreme.
Why the extra letter?
Yeah, I don't know. So with smoky ranch burgers, wings, wedges, and McCafe pastries. I think I have wings there. Interesting. Not everybody loves the sleek redesign, but plenty of fans are calling it modern and impressive, even as Orlando's former title holder still boasts arcade games, pizza, and 24-hour service.
I've been to that Orlando one long time ago, probably about 26 years ago. I was there.
I was a young man.
Oh, yeah. I was yeah. It was a good
time.
Actually, you know what's funny about that? Not that funny, but at that same time, it was the worst sunburn of my life because I made the mistake. We drove from Orlando to Clearwater, and then back, and I had a convertible.
Yeah,
and
forgot.
I didn't even think twice about it, and I drove with the convertible top down, and I was wearing my Allen Iverson jersey, and I looked ridiculous. But it was, and then I had to fly home that day with a horrible sunburn.
But you guys go to this McDonald's,
I got to the McDonald's,
which has kind of like a modern art facade on the front.
Does the 1950s McDonald's still exist?
Yeah. You talk about this original, like...
No, Steve. There was actually a McDonald's. All I remember is it was on the way to the shore.
Oh,
so it was
I'm
somewhere
sorry.
between Philadelphia and Ocean City, New Jersey. And if we would take the back roads, there was a McDonald's that was all decorated in like 1950s style.
Don't know. Never seen it. Not sure. If somebody knows, text, reach out to us if you would, please.
We used to go, I mean, it was literally a hamburger stand. There were the arches. There were no seats. You'd go up. There were the original cluster of menu items, and that's where we would go every Sunday after church.
Somebody texted in and said the one in Orlando has wood-fired pizza and pasta.
Oh.
What? So I guess that's improved over the years in the past 26 years or so, Case. I don't know. All right, so I have one more fast food story, and it does have to do with McDonald's. And starting on March 3rd, Americans can finally try McDonald's newest menu item. It's called the Big Arch. But bosses say for now, it's not a permanent addition to the U.S. as it is in some countries. The Big Arch is a new supersized burger featuring 2 beef patties, 3 slices of white processed cheese, crispy and fresh onions, pickles, lettuce, and a brand new tangy Big Arch sauce.
And liver.
So it looks kind of like a Big Mac. And it's on a seeded bun, by the way, sesame and poppy seed bun, which is pretty cool, which is a nod to the Big Mac. But what I don't know is the size of the burgers. I don't know if they're the quarter-pound patties or not.
It says they are 4 ounces before cooking.
Yeah, that's a quarter-pounder. Yeah, so they're 2 quarter-pound burgers.
It's a lot of beef.
So the Big Arch, thought to cost around $6 to $10 depending on location, is the chain's biggest burger ever, clocking in at 1,020 calories.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
53 grams of protein in the U.S. A Big Arch meal with a medium Coke and medium fries is 1,610 calories for you.
Wow. Well, if you're only eating one meal a day.
If you're eating one meal, there you go, have that. Because if I were to eat something like that, I would not be able to eat for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I get full quicker, easier now.
I think so. I had, last night for dinner, Preston, I had a Pez.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
and you were
packed.
Stuffed.
Packed.
So the burger was tested in Canada, the UK, Portugal, Germany, and France, where bosses said that it proved a hit. Before finally launching in the U.S. more than 2 years after it was first mooted. It is likely that if the Big Arch sells well in the U.S. and is profitable, then it will become a permanent addition as it has in the U.K.
Quick question here. As we're looking at the burger displayed on this photograph up on the screen here, Preston, at the bottom, is that just simply sauce?
Yeah, it looks like sauce. There's crispy onions, too.
Okay, that might be crispy onions.
So I think, because it said it came with crispy and fresh onions. So that's probably what you're seeing underneath there. So they haven't said exactly how much it's going to cost.
$1,000
in the U.S., but they typically the prices vary on franchise location. In Canada, a Big Arch meal with fries and a drink was priced at about $12.59, roughly $9 in the U.S., positioning it as a step up from existing burgers, but still cheaper than many rivals. McDonald's describes the new Big Arch sauce as tangy and creamy, with a mix of mustard, pickle, and sweet tomato flavors. So that's coming out on March 3rd. You want to try it? Yep.
Update: the 1950s McDonald's was in Berlin, New Jersey. It is unfortunately closed. It's on 73. But somebody says that there's one in Bethlehem that is kind of like throwback. And
Okay.
And the
decorated
Jesus
that
went
way.
too.
There you go.
Interesting. All right, we're going to play this clip again, see if somebody knows where it's from.
All we got to do is show a little class, a little sophistication, and we're in like a dirty shirt.
And it's no problem, Lloyd. We can be classy and sophisticated. Look at the fun bags on that hose hound.
I'd like to eat her liver with some farver beans and a nice bottle of Chianti.
All right, we're going to go to Alexis. Hi there, Alexis.
Hi.
Hi, can you name the movie?
Yeah, it's Dumb and Dumber.
Of course. Yeah. That's correct. Hang on. We'll give you that $50 Acme Markets gift card. Congratulations. Let's do another liver clip, shall we? Let's see if you can identify.
Shall we?
What movie this is from. Here we go.
You will only ever be allowed to touch, very possibly eat, very, very bad people.
But how does one tell the difference?
It's super simple. You can sense it. Sometimes you can even feel it.
But can we get something to eat now? Otherwise, your liver, it's starting to look really, really good and juicy.
610-660-9333. Call if you know the answer. Order up. So Johnsonville is teaming up with Keurig Dr. Pepper to launch one of the year's most unexpected food mashups. It's a Dr. Pepper-inspired sausage.
What?
Being dubbed the fizzy glizzy.
The fizzy.
The fizzy glizzy, yeah.
All right.
The flavor
Where are the sausages?
takes cues from the soda's famous 23-flavor blend. creating a sweet and savory finish meant to work as both a cookout novelty and a conversation starter.
I didn't realize Dr. Pepper was 23 different tastes blended together.
Didn't know that either. But I tell you what, sometimes
Dr. Pecker's only one.
sodas can be a pretty decent marinade for certain meats, believe it or not. The sausages, available cooked or uncooked, start rolling out nationwide March 1st at retailers including Walmart and 7-Eleven.
I need to advocate for the Johnsonville jalapeno cheddar dogs. They are freaking amazing. Now, listen, there are other brands, and they're fine, but the Johnsonville brand I found are way, way superior. And you stick them in the air fryer for like 3 or 4 minutes or something like that, and they're perfect.
With a name like Johnsonville, shouldn't they offer Dr. Pecker?
Yeah, Dr. Pecker.
Right.
So the quirky collab taps into the growing trend of bold brand crossovers designed to get people talking, whether they are intrigued or they're skeptical about it. And then there's one more Dr. Pepper story, believe it or not. So I'm tying that in with this. Dr. Pepper is bringing back and I was not familiar with this, but apparently was very popular, the creamy coconut flavor.
No.
And they're breaking that out for warmer weather. You're out?
I think I'm out. I like
I'd
Dr.
try it.
Pepper. I think it's a tick, for me, a tick in the sweeter area, and I don't think it needs coconut to round out the flavor.
Fans can snag it starting in April for a limited run. First launched in 2024, the tropical twist on the brand's classic 23 flavor formula was inspired by the dirty soda trend and blends sweet coconut with a smooth, creamy finish that plays nicely with those signature peppery notes.
I do love me a coconut flavor stuff, and I like coconut as well.
I'm a Mounds. I love coconut in a number of things, but this I'm not so sure about.
You know, Chuck's wife is addicted to Dr. Pepper.
She drinks it and she's proud.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Big time Dr. Pepper.
And I've said it. We've all said it. And we'll say it again, damn it.
Yeah.
The diet version of Dr. Pepper is as close to the original flavor as any soda.
There was a time, I go through phases. I don't drink soda at all anymore unless it's got, it's mixed with booze. But I was a regular soda drinker and I went through phases. I was a long-time Sprite fanatic. But there was a time where Dr. Pepper was absolutely, positively the go-to soda for me. Just something, it's got a unique flavor.
I love it.
Unlike anything else.
You're part of an original crowd.
I was a cherry Coke, but then I found Mr. Pibb.
Oh,
and
Mr.
I
Pibb.
was just obsessed
with
that.
That was the answer to Dr. Pepper.
Yes, that was. So my brother went to school in Virginia, and the first time I went to visit him, I was like, "What is
Mr.
this?"
Pibb?
Yeah, Pibb's good.
So if you go to those really elaborate soda machines that they have now,
Where you can mix the flavors.
You can mix the flavors. And I'm a diet. Whenever I go there, I get a cherry vanilla diet Dr. Pepper.
Ooh,
yeah, fantastic.
All right.
So Casey, I saw a study about that is saying that it's pretty much on the street marketing.
Yeah.
Like they can watch the flavors that people put together
Sure.
and then create those on their own. If more and more people are ordering it or featuring it and see if it's a hit.
Right.
It's a great
Why
idea.
wouldn't you do that? Yeah.
The soda maker founded in 1885 in Waco, Texas, by the way, will offer this nationwide in 12-ounce cans, including a zero sugar
Why this
option.
elixir will cure your carbuncles.
A zero sugar option as well.
A
All
lot
right.
of that stuff did debut as an elixir
Medicinal.
or yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see if somebody knows what this is from.
You will only ever be allowed to touch, very possibly eat, very, very bad people.
But how does one tell the difference?
So it's super simple. You can sense it. Sometimes you can even feel it.
But can we get something to eat now? Otherwise, your liver, it's starting to look really, really good and juicy.
All right, we're going to go to Chad the Rad, who's joining us right now. Hey, Chad, how you doing, buddy?
Gadzooks.
Gadzooks. All right, do you know the movie?
Is that Venom?
That's Venom. Yep. You got a button. Hang on, and you get that $50 Acme Markets gift card, my friend.
The late Tony Todd was the voice of the Venom, that character.
Oh, really?
He was also Candyman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very resonant voice.
All right, here is the next clip.
Hey, what's with the food around here? What's the matter? Kid comes up to me in a white jacket, gives me a Ritz cracker and a chopped liver. He says, can of peas. I said, can of peas in my ass. That's a Ritz cracker and chopped liver.
I just watched that.
610-660-9333. Order up! All right. It's a short one for you here. Good news for Catholics who abstain from beef, chicken, and pork during Lent. The church regards alligator as seafood.
Oh, really?
So you have that option. Yes. Former New Orleans Archbishop Gregory Amen wrote a letter in 2010 to the owner of a Louisiana gator ranch clarifying the question. The 16-year-old letter still makes the rounds this time of year as Catholics skip meat and poultry on Fridays during Lent in favor of fish and other seafood, including alligator. So if you want to have some gator, you can have some gator. But
have you ever had?
So there was a place at Spring Mountain at in the summertime. I've told you guys about it before. I think it was called Tiki Bar.
Yeah.
And you would go and they would have meat that you would purchase, and they had the grill set up, and you would grill your own food. It was great.
Yeah.
And so alligator was one of the things. It was one of their delicacies that they served, and it was really popular, actually. And I thought it was okay. It did not taste bad.
Rock your world.
It tasted decent.
So
but it just didn't. It wasn't like you know.
Was it a mountain gator you were eating, or was it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't ask the species or the where the gator came from.
I tried gator nuggets in Louisiana when I was in New Orleans. They were fine. They tasted like chicken.
Yeah.
You considered that seafood as well.
I considered it seafood. They were a little too chicken texture for me, so I didn't like them.
Okay.
What is the most exotic meat you guys have had?
Nothing.
Marissa, you don't have to answer.
Nothing. I've never had any.
You never had bison or
a bison burger?
Yeah. Okay. So elk or deer? Never venison?
No.
Okay.
I tasted venison once. I'm sorry. Yeah. I was thinking like gator level stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm just curious how far you do go. So if that's as far as you go exotic wise.
I'm not a red meat kind of guy.
No.
I'm not a meat kind of guy.
Okay. So I was going to say like ostrich, then there are other fowl that you
I've
can
had
have.
fried manatee before.
Okay.
On a
that was-
skewer?
Yeah.
It's a big skewer, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a big one.
So I've had elk and gator and
bald eagle
and frog's legs, and
cumin.
I've had ostrich and I had something out in Wyoming that was kind of off of the radar a little bit. I can't remember.
I guess maybe bison would be mine because Marissa, you had recommended that one. Is it Butcher Bar?
Yeah.
They had a bison burger there. And
I find it to be very dry.
Yeah. There's not as much fat on it as you would think there is. So a little less flavor.
Yeah.
Which is why you want to season it and get a little more flavor out of it. But of the more exotic meats I've never had anything that's gone like, wow, I can't wait to eat that again.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
No.
I guess, and this isn't even exotic at all, but lamb is super yummy. And I do like that if you're going off the beaten path from, steak and chicken and fish. There's a lot out there that you can sample. It's just a lot of restaurants don't carry that type of stuff. There are exotic meats. We've brought them up before that you can order if you want to try them.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to get gator, you could get it.
And you can get that like Wild Fork. Don't they have exotic meats
Oh,
at
do they?
Wild Fork? Yeah.
I haven't dived into that. I do like some escargot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some snails.
I'm not going to be able to rock that.
Yeah, I
They're
did that at Elmy's restaurant at Laurel, but Steve, what they do is they have like mushrooms in there as well because it's kind of similar texture.
So you're confused at what you're eating?
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyhow, if you want to eat gator and you're Catholic, it's okay. You can have it. All right. Let's see if somebody knows what this is from.
Hey, what's with the food around here?
What's the matter?
Kid comes up to me in a white jacket, gives me a Ritz cracker and a chopped liver. He says, can of peas. I said, can of peas my ass. That's a Ritz cracker and chopped liver.
All right. We're going to go to Brian. Hey, Brian. Good morning.
Hey, what's up?
All right. Brian, name that movie, buddy.
Godfather 2.
Yes. Yeah. Well done. Hang on just a second. And we're going to set you up. Was that Pantangeli?
Yeah, he was in the movie right up to the last minute. Clemenza was supposed to be a part of the movie.
Yeah.
And Clemenza and his agent told Francis Ford Coppola that they think that they should have the power to do some rewriting on the script.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they said no. And so that's why in the beginning, Pantangeli is wearing the band on his arm, talking about how Clemenza died.
Wow. Okay. So we're going to set him up with a $50 Acme Markets gift card. We have one more clip to play. Here we go.
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see more meat in a cone. You don't hardly ever see that. That's an idea that I think is waiting to pop. Just like a nice big oversized waffle cone stuffed full of chopped liver.
All right, 610-660-9333. Call if you know the answer. All right, here's another story. I kind of hit the bell too hard on that. Eggo has spent the last couple of years introducing variations of their original waffles that include a protein-rich collection and 6 new ice cream products, and they have now announced 2 new waffle flavors.
If you say liver, I'm going to faint.
No. Cinnamon roll and cookies and creme waffles.
I just cremed in my pants.
They'll be showing up on store shelves in the next few weeks.
I would quite often, Preston, I don't know if this is something that you would do. I love regular waffle, plain waffle, and I would get Eggos and just toast them and eat them plain.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that. What do you call that? Whatever whatever makes
the
them,
batter?
Whatever it is,
Yeah.
I like the taste.
So the Eggo cinnamon roll waffles feature the flavor of cinnamon, sugar-filled pastry in waffle form with creamy icing bits and real cinnamon. The Eggo cookies and cream. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. Wait, what? Cinnamon roll. Oh, okay. I read this wrong. Okay. It's cinnamon roll and cookies and cream waffles. I said cinnamon roll and cookies and creme waffles. So I was wrong about that. So it's cookies and cream is the other flavor.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm over cookies and cream, man. I know people love it. It's a very popular flavor. That's just my personal taste. Yeah. So the Eggo cookies and cream waffles are made with real cocoa and white cream chips and can be enjoyed for breakfast or even dessert. And you can eat them straight from the toaster or add whipped cream and strawberries for a sweeter treat.
Go ahead, Rusty.
No, well, looking at the photo, it looks like cookies and cream is just the generic way to describe Oreos.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I remember of the breakfast items that I think I had an addiction to for a long time. Pop-Tarts.
Oh, yeah.
I had
man.
I had a deep love and adoration for Pop-Tarts.
They're good.
I think that was somebody deep frying Pop-Tarts or something like that.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'd like to do sometime? I know we've mentioned this before, but I know we've talked about doing similar things with an ice cream sandwich, but making a milkshake at home and just throwing a Pop-Tart in there.
Yeah.
While you're making it. That could be pretty good, right?
Brown sugar? Have you ever the brown sugar?
Yeah, that'd be
Pop-Tart?
solid.
Ooh.
I'd do the blueberry, but yeah.
But with these Eggos, I don't need a chocolate waffle. I think,
I know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It'd be good for a waffle, like a dessert.
Yes.
With ice cream on it.
Yeah. You could
Waffle
do it
sundae.
that way for sure.
I would eat that plain.
Sandwich, waffle.
Yeah, I wouldn't put syrup or anything. I mean, that to me is going to be sweet to begin with.
By the way, we're working on waffle dogs.
Yep.
We got people working on that for us.
yeah.
A couple
week?
different sources. Next week, we're actually going to try them out. What?
Dude, I totally forgot to make the Jeff Daniels sandwich today.
Marissa brought the ingredients.
Did you really?
She
Got it
did.
for you last night.
Oh,
And
wow.
I forgot about it, so we're not going to do it right now.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll see if I don't know if we do that today or next week, but we have everything we need here.
Okay.
We could have an
Alrighty.
explosion of food invention next week that will rival
You know what?
any French kitchen.
Can I bring something up that I want somebody to try because I don't want to try it myself, but I want to see if it works. So anybody who's Press, how's your chicken cutlet game?
I'm not a chicken cutlet guy, but I can make them.
Okay. So you know the pickle slices that are basically they slice them lengthwise. All right. So I want not chips.
Oh,
lengthwise.
Got it. The long ones.
Long ones. I want somebody to take a pickle slice and then put it on a chicken breast and then bread the pickle slice inside the chicken breast.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You might have to put it in place with some toothpicks or whatever.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult to hold together.
Yeah,
you
you're
could,
basically
you could
getting
maybe do some butcher's twine or something like that.
Yeah, but you can basically get a deep fried pickle and a chicken cutlet all at once.
Okay.
Is
All
what
right.
I'm trying to say.
Right.
If you're
not gonna try
training,
that.
it's perfect.
Yeah.
All right, let's find a winner. All right, we'll play this clip.
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see more meat in a cone. You don't hardly ever see that. You know, that's an idea that I think is waiting to pop. Just like a nice, nice big oversized waffle cone stuffed full of chopped liver.
All right, let's go to Rick and see if he knows what movie that's from. Hey, Rick, you're on the air. Good morning, buddy.
Good morning. How you doing?
Awesome. All right, Rick, what movie, please?
Something About Mary.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep. And you get the last $50 Acme Markets gift card. Acme's flash grocery delivery or pickup gets you fresh groceries in 30 minutes less. Fast, fresh, and right to your door. Acme Fresh Foods, local flavors. That's the last of the giveaways. But wait, there's more. It's time for...
For tasting more, it's encore.
The Connoisseur Encore with Marissa Magnata. One more story. All right, Marissa, what you got for us?
Preston, this one is for you and me and everybody else because I think you guys are on board. It's about pickles and cheese.
Oh, two of my favorite things.
So Fishtown Pickle Project is teaming up with De Bruno Brothers.
Oh, excellent.
And they did a collab that's celebrating family-owned businesses and local culinary pioneers and cheese. It's that simple. Here's how it happened. Fishtown Pickle Project started distributing through Brown's ShopRite stores. And if you guys didn't know, Brown's ShopRite stores acquired De Bruno Brothers a couple of years ago. So, boom. One of their most recent meetings, they got together and they were like, we should do a collaboration. And the cheddar dill pickle collab was born.
Okay.
So it's deli-style pickle spears, sticks of sharp cheddar, and cherry peppers all pickled together in a jar.
Whoa.
So you can just pick them all. Cheese, pickle, pepper.
So the cheese is in the brine.
Yep.
My mind is blown.
Me too.
I don't even know what that's going to be like. Yes.
Well, think of the possibilities.
I'm on board.
You should probably wear a diaper.
I'm all on board. Those are two of my favorite places. Those are two of my favorite things and two of my favorite places that have those favorite things. God damn it, I love this.
So I had recently, you were at the event, De Bruno Brothers catered the little kitchen soiree at the house.
Oh, at your house, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They're excellent.
Awesome.
Wonderful. And Fishtown Pickle Project has the greatest pickles in the world. Preston's Picks. I mean, come on, people.
It is good.
All right. I'm ordering mine today.
Oh, my God.
They're for sale now?
Yep. So you can find them now exclusively at De Bruno Brothers locations. And you can also get them at Fishtown Pickle Projects and fishtownpickles.com.
It looks like there's cherry peppers in there, too.
Yeah,
What the who?
So it's going to be
Give it a little
spicy.
spice.
I love it, man. All right. Thank you, Marissa.
Yeah.
And thank you, De Bruno Brothers and Fishtown Pickle Project. And that's all we have time for, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we have time for this morning in our Connoisseur segment. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll get back in a moment or two. We still have more show to go. It is no Sad Bro Friday, but we're not going to let you go before we get to a few more things. So stay put. We'll be right back. 48 rats. Yeah. And then let them access cannabis vapor for an hour a day over 3 weeks.
Why not just give them edibles?
I know, right? Maybe they could. I'm not really sure. So the rats could get the vapor by poking their nose into a small port. Rats with higher levels of stress hormone cortisone use the cannabis more often than calmer rats.
This cheese tastes so good.
The connection was tied to their regular baseline stress levels.
I'm in the mood for pizza.
Not stress from specific tasks or puzzles. Researchers also found that rats who had trouble adapting to changing rules were more motivated to seek out the cannabis.
It's kind of funny.
Trouble adapting to changing rules. They're like, dude, I can't figure this out. Let's just smoke
You're
up.
bumming me out.
Scientists hope this information could help people understand their own cannabis habits and make smarter choices about use.
Cannabis rats. There's another band name.
That's a band name. Yeah. The Cannabis Rats. I love it. All right, and there you go. That's Just Saying Institute for today, friends. We'll do some more research and we'll return another time with plenty to feed your mind with. And I saw Temple's fencing Dr. Nikki Frankie, who I believe you guys had at the Camp Out for Hunger. I thought you guys would like to share this. So absolutely, Dr. Frankie came by and taught me how to fence, which I think I did a pretty good job of, other than almost crippling my knee.
Yeah.
But
she was amazing, though.
She was excellent. And she is, she's had a 50-year coaching career at Temple. There was an event a little while back that they had over 100 of her former and current student athletes were in attendance. And each era got on stage and spoke about her impact. The women shared tears, laughter, and joy for the coach who changed their lives. She said it really was very moving. over the years, it's still the same. The stories that they told and the things they remember, it really made me feel like, okay, I've done my job because they still have good feelings about their time here. That's the most satisfying thing about coaching.
Well, she told the story about how it all came to be, and she just kind of on a whim, got involved with it. It became something very important to her. That program would not exist were it not for her.
She created it.
She created it, yeah.
So she is the 2026 winner of the NCAA Pat Summit Award, an honor recognizing a coach who has demonstrated devotion to the development of college athletes and made a positive impact on their lives. And she was recognized for that alongside other NCAA honors recipients.
You should reach out to her and let her know how you were permanently crippled by your 7 minutes of fencing.
So her resume reflects her legendary status as a coach, as a fencer in her own right. Frankie earned National Intercollegiate Women's Fencing Association All-American honors, earned a spot on 2 Olympic rosters, and was inducted into the Brooklyn College Hall of Fame.
Nice.
As a coach, she is the all-time winningest women's athletics coach at Temple, amassing 898 wins in the 1992 National Women's Foil Team Championship. Under her direction, the Temple program perennial ranked in the top 10 with 37 fencers earning 66 NCAA championship selections and 25 fencers earning 35 All-American honors. She was a 4-time U.S. Fencing Coaches Association Coach of the Year and was inducted into the International Women's Sports Hall of Fame.
Think about the way her life just played out, and all these accolades and the commitment. But I mean, she had the 2 students with her the day she came out to the Camp Out for Hunger, and they were amazing.
Yeah.
So all the lives that she positively affected, it's just the staggering the amount of people that have gone through that program.
Yeah, it's a legacy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely.
I would call it iconic.
Almost Richard Marx-like, to be honest. So
the iconic fencing of Richard Marx.
So Eric, who emailed me, also said, hey, can I get a shout out for my neighbor, Francesca Lucia? I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name. Loiseau. And she won the NCAA Inspiration Award. So he sent me an article about her, and I read about it. And she was a tennis player, collegiate tennis player in her freshman year, and she had a stroke.
Oh wow!
She was doing weight training, and boom. Just nailed her, and like half her body went out, and they saved her life. They had essentially bore a hole in her head, and release the pressure of a brain bleed, and so she just took her a couple of years to rehab and get back, and she ended up getting back to tennis, and playing again in matches.
Well?
And I don't know if she got 100% all of her function back, but enough to participate again in the program. So she was given the NCAA Inspiration Award. So I want to give a shout out to her. Which is
just on a side note, and we certainly do that. Years ago when I was powerlifting a lot, when that was one of the things I do, I stopped doing that because I heard a couple of stories of like strokes and when you're overtaxing your system like that, I'm like, I don't know, man. You're kind of flirting with. That happened to Paul Hogan. He was weight training and doing some sort of excessive weight, and he had a stroke. He passed out.
Yeah.
And this was years ago.
Do you remember, famous musician, played chef on...
Richard Marx?
No, not Richard Marx.
Isaac Hayes.
Isaac Hayes.
He was on the
treadmill.
Yes.
He was exercising. He was doing what he was supposed to be doing, and had a stroke and died.
Honestly, if you can, sit on the couch and eat junk food.
Please.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah. So I think it's Francesca Lusso, probably is how you say that, Marissa. I don't know.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, I was just seeing if your eyes, if that made sense. All right, anyhow, that's the City Beat story. Here's another one for you. Wawa is closing a store on Drexel University's campus. This is nearly 3 years after remodeling to a digital order-only concept with no products on the shelves.
I remember when they debuted this. They had a ribbon cutting and the whole thing, and it was going to be in it. The thing I like with Wawa, though, is that something doesn't work or they add something. They move. They're fluid.
So this didn't work.
One of the many things I like about Wawa.
3300 Market Street location, which has been open since 2018, is set to close on the 21st of this month. It was remodeled in 2023 to test the new store format, which required customers to order all items on touchscreen, no shelves of products to browse. The pilot was not successful, leading to the store's planned closure, according to a statement from our friend Lori Bruce at Wawa. Prior to the pandemic, the store saw more food service than any other Wawa, they said. But the company statement shared by Lori said, over the years, we've made several attempts to address business and operational changes at this location. That effort includes partnering with property owner Drexel University in an attempt to address some of these issues, and most recently making investments in our store design to test fully digital format. Unfortunately, these tests did not adequately improve performance or deliver an enhanced customer experience, which ultimately led to the decision to close the store, they said.
I think there's a lot of the Wawa experience is I go in and to my Wawa and I'll see people that I see there, and there, there's a little bit more of that. It's more like your country store.
If you are a regular at your Wawa, which you are, you know the people that work there.
Yeah.
You get to know them after a while. We need to expand our minds and knowledge at the Just Saying Institute.
The Just Saying Institute, home of the Marissa Magnata Mini Mount Snow Removal Service.
By the way, Marissa, she stepped out of the studio for a moment, but she was showing us some videos that she took of herself 15 years ago in Manayunk, where it was a really, really big snowstorm, and she and her friends are riding bikes down. I don't know if it was levering or one of the really, really steep roads. Crazy.
Yeah.
Insane.
Suicidal.
Yeah. So.
You said, what was you were saying? I could never do this now.
I can't do that anymore. I can't do that anymore. I will risk permanent damage in my destroyed knees and so on. So, all right,
tell my wife I love her.
We're going to start with this. NASA will soon run a high-stakes fueling test on its Artemis II rocket, a practice run that must succeed before 4 astronauts can fly around the moon. The U.S. Space Agency inched the 11 million pound space launch system and mobile launcher to a Cape Canaveral, Florida launch pad on Saturday. The slow procession of the 322-foot rocket, topped with the Orion spaceship, took 12 hours on the aging crawler transporter to complete.
Those things are amazing. Did you say 11 million pounds?
11 million pounds.
Wow, man.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I've been lucky. I've been to the Kennedy Space Center before, and we took a tour, like a close-up tour. You have to pay extra to do that.
Yeah.
And they took us by the crawlers, and you're right at the base of it. It's massive, and that's just the thing that moves the massive rocket.
To roll it out into place is astonishing.
It's pretty incredible. So that 4-mile trek could mark the first leg of Artemis II.
I love the name Artemis, too.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Which will be a 10-day journey around the moon and back that will put the spaceship through its paces. The lunar mission will be NASA's first with astronauts since Apollo 17. It's been 53 years since anybody has been up that close to the moon.
It's been way too long, and I know that you are. I assume you're like me. I'm out of my mind excited for this.
Oh, very much so. So the astronauts include Victor Glover, Christina Koch, Reed Wiseman, and Canada's Jerry Hansen that will be aboard.
No Katy Perry?
No Katy Perry on this one. No, she did go up in the Orion.
On that mission.
The Orion, right? Okay, so I'm sorry. I don't have is your microphone not on? There you go.
In the Blue Emu?
In the Blue Emu.
Yeah.
So the Blue Horizon, was that it?
Yeah.
All right. So
the Blue Waffle.
The so-called, they're calling it the wet dress rehearsal.
Oh, man, that's hot.
Will load the Mega Moon rocket with 700,000 gallons of ultra-cold liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen propellants and take the countdown all the way down to 29 seconds before liftoff.
You guys wet yet?
How this test goes will shape the flight timeline and determine whether launch opportunities
Go Squirt Go
in February remain in play.
So wait, when's the launch?
It's going to be February 2nd.
Ooh, that's exciting.
If it remains, if everything goes right, that can
12
always...
12 days before Valentine's Day, Preston.
Can always change. So during the test, teams will fill the rocket and rehearse every major step of launch day fueling. Controllers will run through all countdown procedures, including...
Yes.
I think I just made Casey angry.
Well...
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you meant to, but you forgot that you hocked a loogie into the trash can. And so whatever of my food that you threw in there as a joke. I don't want it anymore.
I'm sorry.
I definitely don't want that anymore.
He offered me a Sour Patch and laid it out right here. And I don't like sour candies.
Oh.
So I was like that. And he just took it and threw it in the trash. So I took the whole bag and threw it in the trash.
Yeah.
And I was about to pull it back out. I was doing it as a joke, and he waved me off.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
No
what's
more.
up, man?
No more.
I forgot I'd spit a loogie in the
Which
trash
is fine.
can.
I mean, it's a trash can.
I'll get you a new bag of
it's
Sour
okay.
Patch.
It's okay.
You got a spittoon over there.
No,
Classic spittoon.
I have one. No, I have sour airheads in the in the office. So those are the ones that took my
away?
cap off my tooth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then don't need those.
Spittoons. How disgusting is
I know.
that? I mean, like the ones on the floor.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
not the spit cup.
Yeah.
Where you would just kind of aim and, do that thing. Yeah. Ding. That's just repulsive.
They were common, though.
Yeah, did your dad have one? Or your grandpa,
Well,
or-
actually, yeah, he did have a spittoon, but we bought that as kind of a novelty thing.
Okay.
I don't think he
Right.
ever actually used it, but I did. Oh, my God. And I apologize in advance. Those who grew up with tobacco chewers maybe have had this happen, but I accidentally picked that cup up one time and thought there was a beverage in it.
Forget it.
Oh, my God.
I can't stand
That is worse.
Yeah.
That's worse when I had the cat diarrhea in my nose.
Oh,
Yeah.
And if you don't know that story, that's another one. But I think the tobacco thing was...
Did you take a swig of tobacco spit?
Not like a full... like it got in my mouth.
Yeah.
I didn't swallow it. But
Yeah.
it was like, oh, my God!
And it wasn't your own, right?
To show you how gross tobacco spit is, you can go to Kill Bill Volume 2. There's a fight sequence with Hannah... what's her face? Is that her name?
Daryl Hannah.
Daryl Hannah and Uma Thurman. And at one point, Uma Thurman throws, buds of tobacco chewer and throws in her face. And they're about trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
And she's like, ew. Thank you, Uma. But anyway, sorry I threw your candy in the trash, everybody. Nothing but love. But I did make it when I threw it in there,
I'm
which is
just
a good segue into this next little thing we're going to talk about. And we're going to try this out and see if we get any responses. If not, we'll move on to something else. But I think it's happened to people from time to time where you have something, an object of some type, and the most unlikely thing happens to it, wherein... And I'll use the example of Marissa. So she had an earbud, an airbud, whatever you want to call it, airbud.
I call them airbuds.
Yeah.
Earbud.
And drops it on the floor, and it lands into, like a perfectly sized crack, and it's never coming back again.
Yeah.
Like if something, the most unlikely of circumstances, it falls just right. Perfect to go into whatever that tiny little spot is.
It is a 1 in a million.
Yeah.
It's the place, the point of no return. So I told you guys, I was walking along. I had my water bottle, and I had a lot of times I will put the cap right on my head because it just stays, in the place. I know it's kind of weird when I'm drinking water. And I took it off. It fell out of my hand. It bounced down to the floor, bounced under the couch, bounced up into the mechanism.
Are you serious?
I can see it, but I can't get to it.
Oh, my
I
God.
can't. It was like the most perfect, like knock hockey, Preston.
Yeah.
You make a nothing shot, just goes right in.
Yeah.
That's what it did.
Wow.
And I've just become more comfortable recently. And it started because I dropped an earbud on a plane. And I was like, it's not going anywhere.
Right.
It's on the plane. It fell on the floor. I can reach down if I can't get it. When the plane stops, when the plane lands, I can climb under and get it. So that's what happened with this. It's actually the little dongle in my Jabra headphones here. And it's a little 1/4-inch thing.
Oh.
And I was popping it out of my computer and I kind of dropped it and it bounced. And I was like, all right, I'll just bend down and get it. And as I bend down, it just clink, clink, clink underneath the floorboards.
Oh,
It's gone.
man.
It's gone.
It's
Gone for good.
It's, and so when you were looking for it the other day, that's when you found your clump of hair?
Those things are so annoying. Those ricochets. You know what that happens often too? When you have like a screw, a couple of screws, and you're down to the last screw to get something in, and the screw bounces down on the floor, ka-dink, under the cabinet, or whatever, down to the heat return.
The one place that it can't go,
yeah.
it goes.
It goes.
So My Airbud, this is a few years ago because Connor Betts was still working for us at this time. It makes me so mad because I'm pulling it out of. I'm sorry, I was pulling it out of the case, and I just fumbled it ever so slightly. I was still sitting in my car seat, and it bounced, bing, 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 and then worked its way into the seat track. Oh. So I couldn't get to it. So what we were trying to do with your thing, Marissa,
the seat track is a nightmare.
Yeah, what we were trying to do with your thing, Marissa, is we took a really thin magnet, tied it to the end of a pole, and then tried to get your little dongle that way. So what we had to do was tie a magnet to a coat hanger, and Connor was able to get it. That was the only way. We needed it to be as thin as a coat hanger to get it to this thing. But he was able to get to it. Thank God.
I do have this fear when I walk over sewer grates.
Oh.
Like, if I have my cell phone in my hand, it's bigger than that. It's bigger than the grate. But if it falls just the right angle.
It'll go down.
Keys used to be the fear of losing those down into the grate. Casey, I had an engineer, I forgot what he found for me, but there was something like that tiny that got in, and he actually had a tool. And it was like this back scratcher we have. It was telescoping.
Yes.
And it was super, super thin. And on the end of it was just a very small magnet. And that was used. That's what it's for. I'll bet you Rodney's got one.
I bought one years ago.
Yeah, they're great.
And I lost it.
Fell down a crack.
So I bought a mouse.
Somebody texted in, hang on a second here, and where was this? Hang on a second. Oh, yeah, somebody said they dropped the joint down through the crack of a deck. And he said, and then we had to rig up an apparatus to retrieve it. That might be more the story. Yeah. What little thing what mechanism did you have to create to get something back?
Well, didn't get it back, but my mom lost a diamond bracelet through the crack of the boardwalk.
And never got it back.
Never got it back. When they were newlyweds, she had this beautiful bracelet and it slid through, and they tried to go underneath the boardwalk and find it, and it was just
under the boardwalk,
gone.
Out of the sun.
Yeah. That's where it was the next line.
The boardwalk?
Yeah.
Boardwalk
of the sun.
So I would guess that one person would have to stay right where they are.
Yeah.
And then the other person goes around and tries to get underneath there and say, I'm right here. It's got to be right down there. But
I'm sure that's a great moment for newlyweds. No, it's here. No, there.
Oh, my God. Yelling at each other.
Yep.
I can see it.
I want a divorce.
All right. Speaking of that, let me go to something similar. I have Jeff who's joining us. Hey, Jeff, good morning.
Gadzooks.
Jeff, what's going on, buddy?
So I had my wedding ring. Every night I take my wedding ring off, I put it on my coffee table. One day, I put it on the coffee table, and it kind of landed on its side, and it started to roll. And I saw it rolling, and it was one of those things where you see it kind of moving in slow motion a little bit, but you don't really have time to react. And I saw it, and it went, and it perfectly wedged itself in a little crack between, like, the bottom of my fireplace and my living room floor.
Okay.
And it fell right into that like a coin slot. And when I am telling you there is no other spot along that fireplace, it was the perfect width of the ring, the perfect thickness and everything fell right in there, to the point where I ended up like cutting out some of my floor in front of the fireplace.
Oh my God.
It is further down than that. It is stuck between two joists in my basement that are sandwiched together. I was able to determine where that is. I cannot get this thing out of there.
And it haunts you. You know it's there.
So
it's like a telltale heart.
Yeah, is it still there?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
How long ago did this happen?
I'm able to retrieve it. About a year ago. Yeah.
Oh, man. Wow. Well, you'll always know where it is.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's the best security device you could have because you can't even get to it.
Wow, Jeff. All right.
I'm thinking about slipping a note down there, so if I ever sell this house, so the next people ever find it, they know.
Yeah,
they know
send a little congratulations note.
Yeah.
Hey, you found the treasure. Congratulations. All right, thanks, Jeff.
Exactly.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Exactly.
This story is sort of tangential to this, Preston, but it's not exactly it. But it was just in the paper, and I Her name is Cindy Ware, Chester County. Pennsylvania woman miraculously recovered a lost family heirloom diamond. So this diamond goes missing. They can't find it. They're looking all over the place. So I'll show you where it ended up, the picture. It ended up, and I'll explain this to you, it ended up in a neighbor's water shoe for months. So if you look at the bottom.
I don't know what a water shoe is. Oh, so it was on the sole of their shoe.
Literally
wedged in like a tread or a little hole.
A tiny hole.
Yeah, so water shoes water can run through them. You can wear them in the water, and the water runs right through it. So there's a hole in the bottom, and the diamond is wedged in it. Nobody would ever know.
It went
you
down
never look
to
at the bottom of
Florida,
their shoes.
Came back. They didn't
Are you
even,
serious?
She went on vacation down there, and there was the diamond in the.
Walked for miles in that, probably.
That's unbelievable.
Wow. Okay. Let's go next to Ken. Hi, Ken. What's up, buddy?
Hey, good morning to see you.
Good morning, my friend. All right, what's up, Ken?
So years ago, I was walking on an elevator, and this girl was walking next to me on her cell phone. And she's texting, and all of a sudden she goes, whoops. And everybody looked, and her cell phone dropped straight down the elevator shaft. We were 9 floors up.
Oh,
and she just looked around. She's like, what do I do? And she looks down, and it was gone. And from that point forward, now whenever I'm walking with my cell phone, if I'm going over anything, I say, okay, I'm going to hold on to this phone no matter what, so I don't drop it.
Yeah.
It was quite the lesson learned to never do that.
Yeah, most definitely. So I don't think about stepping across gaps. Hold on to everything tight like that.
I always
Thanks,
do.
Ken.
Always do. I had a similar situation where a woman had her key, and she was in the elevator car. It's also referred to as a cab, I guess now. Stepping across that divide, drop the key. Boom. That's it.
If you have been in glass elevators, sometimes you can see down to the bottom when the if they have glass doors to look into. You can see all kinds of debris at the bottom of those shafts from just people dropping them.
That'd be a good place to put a fake skeleton.
Elevator shaft?
You're right. Let's see. I'm going to go to Leif. Hey, Leif, you're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, Preston.
What's up, buddy?
I was working at a house, and they had no bathroom, so I had to run to the Walmart. And I'm sitting there, and I had to take a phone call. I got two phones. My headphones were connected to my phone. And as I'm sitting there, I take the call. I finish the call. I go to put the earbud back. I switch hands for some reason. I go to grab the earbud, and it bounces out of my hand, and it falls in the little triangle between my thighs and the toilet seat. As I'm sitting there trying to decide whether I'm going to retrieve this thing or not, I decide, all right, I'm going to go for it. I stand up, and the auto flush took care of the decision.
Oh, that's it. You're like Danny Glover in Lethal Weapon 2.
Yeah.
Sitting on the toilet.
I was,
can't get up.
So here's the cool part. Pierre was getting ready to play a first block of Judas Priest, and I texted him, and I said, here's what happened. Can you play this song for me to make it better? And he goes, this didn't really happen, did it? I said, absolutely it did.
Oh, that's great. Oh, my God. All right. Thanks, Leif. I appreciate it, man. Yeah. A whole other topic is, something falling in the toilet, and do you retrieve it or not?
Well, the automatic flush thing is something to consider, too.
Yeah.
So listen, it depends on the dollar amount.
Yeah.
If it's a phone, of course.
I know.
You gotta.
Otherwise, yeah.
There is, and this has happened to me many, many times, but in my bed at home, there's just this tiny little sliver between the box spring and the frame of the bed, and it's got this little tiny ledge on it.
Yeah.
And sometimes if I'm getting up, the phone will drop into that thing. It is so difficult. Like, I'm first of all, I can't believe that it happened once, that it's happened on multiple occasions, but it's so difficult to get this thing out because it's the only way to do is basically take the entire bed apart.
To take it apart. So you mentioned like the track, the track under the car seat.
Mm-hmm.
And they sell devices. I've had them periodically that go between the seat and the center console.
I have one.
But when you don't, and the phone pops down there, and then you're like pincering your fingers.
Yeah. My chubby digits.
Yeah.
Here's one you guys might not know about. So as a girl, I always just put like my ID and a credit card in my pocket. And sometimes I'll forget. I'll throw my jeans in the washing machine, and I lost my ID. It turned out it had slid inside the washing machine, the thing that spins in the center, it has just a tiny little space where the ID slid under there.
Yeah.
And it was there for like a couple loads until one day it just slipped back out.
Yeah, that's
wild.
That's where the drain is.
Yeah.
So there's
Makes
got to be a
sense.
gap down there, and I'm surprised you got it back out.
Yeah.
Wow. This is not exactly this, but when we were recently in Florida a couple weeks ago, and I was flying back, a guy sitting directly in front of me dropped his phone, and this is before we took off, and it went in between the seat and the fuselage, and I just see him go, like this, because it was too far back. There was no way he could even go for it. And I just go, I got it, dude. And I reached out there and I grabbed it. I handed it back to him. He turns around and he goes, you're my hero. But I was like, oh, good. Now listen, with the track on the car seat.
Yeah.
I had one time, and I don't remember what I lost, but I remember working really hard to get it back out. The carpet sometimes has a little gap.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
And something went down on the other side of the track and down into the carpet thing, and I couldn't easily remove it, and I don't remember what it was. I worked so hard to get out of there, and I don't remember if I got it out or not, but I was like,
there's sometimes where
kidding me.
you're just committed. You're like, of course, the classic coat hanger. Of course, the classic. I've done the magnet on the string. Yeah. Those things where you're like surgically.
Tweezers.
Yeah, tweezers, everything.
Now, I'm sure mechanics have a ton of stories, but when you are screwing and unscrewing things inside a car engine, like it losing, because I lost this. I told you guys a couple of days ago that I changed car batteries.
Yeah.
The first car battery I changed, there's a screw in the engine somewhere, because when it drops, you listen, you like everything goes silent so you can hear it hit the ground. Like, I hope it falls through all the way through to the ground. This one didn't. It's somewhere in the engine.
It's like my cousin Vinny when he talks about if you don't take the carburetor off,
yes,
and you can drop the screw, it goes down, and it goes into the manifold, and you are screwed.
I've done that.
You have learned the hard way.
Yeah.
You got to take these things apart. Hang on, I'm going to go to Stephanie. Who's been on hold the longest. Hi, Stephanie. Good morning.
Hi, you guys rock.
Thank you very much. All right, what do you want to tell us about that 1 in a million shot that you lost this thing?
So I take the train every day, SEPTA to University City, and I had my Beats in, and one fell out, and super slow-mo, I watched it bounce, 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 and go over the side onto the track.
Oh.
And now I go there every day and can't get it.
You see it every day?
Yeah. No, I can't see it anymore.
Oh, wow.
So
it's still there.
So it fell off. You were on the platform, and it fell down to the track. I might have gone and gotten it.
Well, they would.
I know, but it's so not safe.
Could you get someone? I mean, I don't know how you do that. I mean, who's there? These places kind of run automatically. Yeah.
I guess if you did that yourself, you'd get into trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? So I did try. Like, I brought a hanger back with a magnet to try to get it, and I couldn't get it, and I gave up.
This might seem extreme, Stephanie, but had you considered derailing a train to make
throwing
sure
a child down there? I mean, there's options.
Yeah.
All right, thanks,
There
Stephanie.
were options.
Sorry to hear about that. Let's see. Next, we have there's a bunch of texts coming in. Marissa highlighted a few of these. Let's see. It says, I've worked for Amazon on the order pickers. We have to wear harness because we're like 40 feet in the air picking orders. My harness knocked my cell phone out of my pocket, fell down between the back of the order picker and the cage. There was a gap just big enough for my phone to fit, and it fell 40 feet down. Jeez. Another one says, drop my phone between the floor and boards along the glass at the Wells Fargo Center after a Wings goal.
Oh, man.
Wow. Snowstorm to 2010. This one says, I was living in Avalon, recently separated from my wife and kids. They were with me for the weekend, and my kid had the car keys, dropped them in the snow. We searched high and low throughout the snow, could not find them. I had no car for a month until the snow finally melted. Wow.
I've been in situations like that.
Somebody said they were at Morgan's Pier.
Morgan's Pier, probably.
Oh, yeah. And it says, security dropped my ID down a crack in their deck and wouldn't let me into the bar.
What? Oh, that's a bummer.
Oh,
wow. Man. Another one says, I dropped a plastic Purple Heart bracelet off the dock of the bay in Sea Isle City. And while we were crabbing, and a crab brought it up in its claw. That's from Kristen in Norristown.
Chuck had wasn't Chuck had his phone?
Oh.
No, he lost his phone and wallet in the bay. It's gone. Yeah. It's just, I think he was doing something on his boat, and it was either in his pocket or he knocked it off or whatever, but it was
gone.
It was gone.
It's done.
Yeah.
Those little bouncy keychains, the floatable ones,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
there for a reason.
Yeah, most definitely. Last text, and I'll go into a phone call. Former intern Chuck here says,
Hey.
I once sneezed walking the dog and kicked a untied shoe into a sewer grate. And as I leaped forward, there go my AirPods. Shoeless and musicless. Still got the dog, though. All right, let me go to line 8, you're saying, Case?
Kelly.
All right. I have Kelly. You're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Kelly?
Gadzooks. Go ahead.
I am calling because I lost a flip-flop.
Flip-flop?
In my car, yes.
Okay.
My husband and I were on a trip from Pennsylvania to Maryland, and we stopped midway to go to the bathroom. And when we got out of the car, I couldn't find my flip-flop anywhere. We looked everywhere in the car. We looked outside the car. We couldn't figure out I had it in the car, but then we couldn't find it anymore. And so we continued on our way. I went to the wedding, spent the whole weekend, didn't have a flip-flop. Fast forward a year and a half later, my husband is detailing his car, and my flip-flop had somehow gone not just behind the mat of the car, but in a hole in the back of the car that, like, I don't even know how it got there, but it slid down into part of the back of the car.
So it was like behind the seat assembly?
It was behind, like, the mat that you put down.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're saying, I know that, like, the mat's on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But it wasn't just behind the mat. It was like something, like there was like a shelf back there that my flip-flop had just gotten caught into and fell down inside the car.
So that's, again, a 1 in a million shot where it'd fall down and then bounce into that little hole.
And you're dragging that thing around for a year with no idea that it's right there. Oh, my God.
That's exactly it, yeah.
Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, that's when something is, like Marissa was saying, she dropped down the plane. It's here. It's here on the plane somewhere.
Yeah.
I know it's and you never find it.
I mean, for this cap on the water bottle, it had to go down, bounce, and then the angle wedge up in it. I can see the part of the cap, but I would have to disassemble the couch to get it. And how it went in initially, it had to be at the absolute perfect angle to go in there.
No disassemble.
No disassemble.
Let me go. I have a couple more calls and we got to take a break. I'm going to go to Steve. He's been on hold for a while. Steve, good morning, bud.
Yeah, hello. Good morning to see you.
Oh, thank you, Steve. Proper response. I like it. What's up, buddy?
Yeah. So, got married in 2008. Went to Destin, Florida for our honeymoon. And we were on the beach on lounge chairs pretty much like a day or two after we got married. So we're on the beach, and we're like right where the water breaks. That's where we put like the chairs.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of like Everybody Loves Raymond, where he's playing with his ring and it goes down the heater vent.
Right.
I'm playing with my wedding ring, and like the chairs we were on, pressed like they were like weaved,
Sure.
So you wouldn't think the ring would fall in between the little frickin' slots on the weave chair. And, of course, my ring falls in between the little frickin' crack of the weave chair into the sand, ring gone. 2 days after we got married.
Oh, man. So, but so it was that one little slot.
Yeah.
It just managed
1 in a million.
Find its way in and gone forever. Yeah.
And then we searched the sand. I mean, we're digging into the sand.
Yep.
You should have seen us. We look ridiculous trying to dig into the sand, but yeah, it was gone.
Oh, that's
crazy. It was
Thanks,
right
Steve.
there on a beach. The beach will make things disappear.
It will. And you know what? And the thing is, if you're searching for something, you're digging for something, and you decide to stop, you're like, but what if I was right there?
Yes.
What if it's like a quarter inch away from where I am right now? And it probably is.
It probably is.
Probably is.
Yeah.
Because at a certain point, you do give up. And what if that You just that one more dig.
Yep.
Exactly
That's
where
it.
you were
It's
going.
like when they're doing a
Yep.
search for. Did your friend Steve on the mesh
The
of
catamaran.
the catamaran?
Yeah.
Was,
He lost his wedding ring. It got caught on the netting of the catamaran, and it went bloop. I saw it go bloop. Or no, I didn't see it. He told me. He showed his hand to me. I'm like, what? He's like, my wedding ring just fell in the
But
ocean.
that was like a 1 in a million. It wasn't like necessarily, it falling, but like he was just pushing himself up from the netting.
Yeah.
Like how many times?
How would that happen?
And like the one time that happens, we have to be over the ocean
on a large mesh net.
Yep.
That you're over.
And then he tragically lost his phone in the ocean right after that.
Oh.
No relation whatsoever.
For those who don't know, he got yelled at by his wife for losing his wedding ring, which is totally not his fault at all. And he was on the phone telling her, and he got so mad. They were screaming at each other that he just hangs up the phone and threw it through the hotel room, out the sliding glass door, off a cliff into the ocean.
Yeah.
It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
He's got a cannon too, right?
He does.
He was
yes.
a baseball pitcher.
He's a baseball. He's a pitcher. All right, one last call because this other Steve went to great lengths to find something. Hi, Steve. You are on the air, buddy.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up, man?
It's Steve McLean.
Oh, our buddy Steve McLean. All right, Steve, what'd you do?
This is more about the retrieval process. So I'm kind of a sucker for gadgets, and I saw this thing where you could clean out your dryer vents.
Okay.
And it's a round brush, and these wands screw onto it, and you put it in your drill, and you go from the outside, and you drill up and get all that lint out.
It's great.
So as I'm pulling it out, I thought, well, it'd probably be better to reverse the drill and make it come out easier, not thinking that by reversing it, I'm unscrewing the wand and left the brush up in the dryer.
Oh, my
So
God.
now I'm thinking, am I going to have to bust through the wall and replace the vent or whatever? So I go online. And apparently it's more common than I thought because there were a ton of YouTube videos on exactly how to retrieve this.
Okay.
And one of them was I went on Amazon and bought an endoscope.
Oh, my God.
So you snake the endoscope up in there with the light on the end and the hook, and you look at the app on your phone like you're doing surgery to grab that brush and slowly pull it out. And damn if it didn't work.
There are a multitude of devices like that now, Steve. Stuff that we would associate with, a
colonoscopy.
splinter cell or a colonoscopy or a spy movie with these sort of snaking camera at the end of it. And I always look at those things like I want to get one of those.
May just have one.
Yeah,
because you'll find an application for it sometime or another.
Well, the instruction videos show that it's good for exactly what you're talking about, getting under car seats, getting into tight spaces. You can, because it's got a light, you can see where you're going.
Steve, I saw one that they're pushing now hard. It's for cleaning earwax. It is. Have you seen the? It's got the camera at the end, and you're looking at the app on the phone as you're in your own ear.
Yep.
Steve, they're using those for boxes where you don't know what the prize is inside. You can stick it in the crack and see if you're a collector which one's in the box.
Oh, wow.
All right, Mr. McLean, thank you for the call.
Thank you.
All right, see you later and have a good weekend, buddy. All right, well, certainly not alone, Marissa, in your losing of the Airbud or whatever it's called, AirPod.
Rodney, I might need some help.
Marissa. Yes.
Please.
All right, thank you for your calls. Thank you for your texts. We definitely appreciate that. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, some bizarre file stories. I have a follow-up story, actually, that I'll get you in the bizarre file, and we still have that great Word of the Week prize giveaway. Dave Matthews Band fans, stick with us. We'll be right back.
Preston and Steve's Cardboard Classic is back Friday, March 6th at Montage Mountain. Register your sled by February 27th. You could score $1,000 for Best Design or Best Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey themed sled. $500 from Pro Team Collision for Preston and Steve's favorite fail. $200 for the fastest, and even beer for a year and Snow League merch from Pacifico. And when the classic ends, Mountain Fest at Montage begins with the M80s live. Then buy your ticket and stick around for a Saturday double bill with Sugar Ray and Wheatus. For complete details, head to WMMR.com. Preston and Steve's Cardboard Classic from 93.3 WMMR. Everything that rocks.
Terminal count, and then stop on purpose at T 29 seconds. NASA is targeting February 2nd for the crucial exercise, though that could change depending on preparation. So
if you were to
depends on
see
how
like
this goes.
an Apollo 13 or anything that will show you the inside you just watched from the Earth to the Moon, inside those capsules, in the kind of equipment looks borderline prehistoric to what they're going to have now when they go into space.
Yeah.
I mean, when you realize that at the time, the average cell phone that we carry had more technology than all of NASA at that time.
Yeah.
It puts it all into perspective.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And you look at the antiquated computers that they were using and the commands that they had to give. So they used their commands were verb and noun.
Yeah.
It would be like verb 020 enter, noun 254 blank, and they would have to do these really long computations to do whatever they needed to change in the guidance computer, but they couldn't get anywhere without it. They had to use that stuff, and that's what and at the time it was cutting edge technology.
And then other times it was tape and a wing and a prayer.
Yeah, totally. So Artemis 2 builds on lessons from the uncrewed maiden voyage in 2022, which needed several tries to complete just the fueling. Engineers adjusted how they load liquid oxygen after seeing temperature issues, and modified hardware after hydrogen leaks were discovered in the connections between the ground systems and the rocket. They also changed and cryogenically tested a key valve that had caused some trouble during the final uncrewed countdown. Since Artemis 1, the Kennedy Space Center has revised procedures and upgraded hardware as part of the Artemis 2 plan. Once the wet dress rehearsal ends, engineers will pore over the performance of the rocket, the Orion spacecraft, and the ground systems. Only if the data looks clean with the mission managers will they move on to setting a specific launch date, but they're hoping for February 2nd.
I mean, listen,
Pretty amazing.
We need to go back. And I know people say, why? It's something we need to do. As a species, we need to explore,
Well, yeah, it's the old adage is why?
Yeah.
Because it's there.
It's there, yeah.
And that's part of the reason, but there's some practical things too.
Sure.
That they need to figure out, and you never know what.
Velcro came out of the space
I
program.
mean, come on, man. So did Corningware.
Absolutely.
That came out of the space program. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there are a lot of things, Marissa. In fact, you could pull up a list of household items that were created through the space program. They had other uses that they were intended for, but they ended up being perfect for other things that we still use to this day.
Yeah, absolutely. The melon baller.
That came from
of course. That's how
idea.
lunar soil was scooped with a melon baller.
So Marissa just pulled, and I'll just read off the list here. I'll take it here, Marissa. So things that were created from the space program: dustbusters, little handheld vacuums. Memory foam,
yes,
was something that was created from NASA and the program.
Before that, the foam could not remember.
No, wireless headsets. Modern running shoes, water filters, scratch-resistant lenses, freeze-dried food, baby formula, treadmills came out of the program.
I mean, the double-headed dildo.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
That was originally part of a retro rocket.
I did not.
And they repurposed it.
And they repurposed a double-headed dildo from the space program.
Houston, I think we have another use for this.
Wow. Let me get back to you in a couple of minutes.
If you hear some groaning, you just ignore that.
So anyhow, they're doing those. They're getting the full what they call the wet dress rehearsal underway.
We talked about this last week about the resort on the moon or things of that nature, and the projected cost of what it'd be to go there. I don't think, obviously, in my lifetime, I'm not going to make it. But I mean. How exciting is that? And maybe for some people, don't give a rat's ass. But for me and for you, it's been part of science fiction lore forever.
It's been a while. We've been off for a couple weeks, and we haven't shuffled around the streets of Philadelphia. It's time for the City Beat, folks. So we're going to
Scooby-Wow-Wow.
get in it.
Feet, beat, meat. That's all you need to know.
That's it. All right, so a new baby African penguin at the Adventure Aquarium in Camden was unveiled yesterday. And now they have announced a contest to name the baby penguin.
I love this because it's twofold. It's to name the penguin and then how best to prepare it.
No, you don't. We're not going to eat it.
No, it's adorable. It's funny how when you talk about the changes that some, animals go through when they are young to what they become when they're older. We essentially look like small versions of humans, but there's this massive change that takes place. But it's adorable.
Yeah, they're cute. Casey, I know you have a knack for coming up with names for dogs.
Yeah.
Do you ever, collect those names, have a repository of them, and maybe you could dip in there and find something, a great name for this penguin?
Well, my latest dog name actually could go with this
With the penguin?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Go-birds.
Go-birds.
Go-birds actually.
That's one word.
Yep.
Go-birds.
Where do you stand on go-birds? You.
I don't love it.
Yeah.
I think it's a cute idea.
Yeah.
But the plural at the end throws me off a bit.
Yeah. What about any one of our band names?
Dude, okay. So yesterday, finally, I wrote them all down and I printed it up.
Really?
And I have it here with me.
Okay.
I have the full list of the Preston Elliott band name repository that I've been collecting for years and years and years. I'm not going to read it. I'll just show you.
Give us a taste.
I'll show you. This is the full collective here.
Oh, my God.
It is, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm counting the pages.
God, we could sell this too.
6.
The music industry.
I
have 8 pages. Well, about 7 pages.
I was in a store the other day, Steve, and they had a little notebook, and on the front of it just said band names.
Oh my God!
Really?
Think of what we could. Think of all the money we won't make.
I'll just give you. I highlighted my favorite ones.
Okay.
I'll just give you one for now because maybe eventually I will reveal the whole thing. But I really like this one. Saskatoon Bible Camp. And here's another good one: the Shoe Tree Dildos. Okay.
Hey, come on!
I've got pages and pages.
Oh,
of these
those are
names.
great.
I don't think they'd be right
for a penguin. No.
Where did shoe tree dildos come from?
I don't know.
You have
Something
no idea?
Steve said probably.
Okay.
It happens a lot while we're discussing something offbeat, and then 2 words or 3 words are put together, and I'm like, that's a great name.
It's almost like when you're playing that game where you look for the there's a whole page of letters and you look for words within the and that's the same
word
thing.
search.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. Those probably wouldn't be suitable for a penguin.
No.
Don't think they should do the penguin make penguin face.
No, don't
that's
do
been
that.
done
That's kind of old, but
The penguin's sibling is Schubert, if that inspires.
Oh, okay.
And his parents are Hubert and Mushu.
And Mushu, that's right. So the unnamed chick was hatched November 21st and was the 3rd African penguin to be hatched at the Adventure Aquarium last year. The announcement of the new chicks are held off until they determine that the new bird is healthy and expected to survive, so they've gotten past that point now. The other 2 baby African penguins, Duffy and Oscar, hatched earlier in November.
What I do remember about the penguins when I visited them is that they stank.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Horribly bad.
Well,
Yeah.
So there's also always at the Adventure Aquarium.
Yeah.
They have the penguins as well.
Yeah.
And that's fairly stinky. I don't remember the zoo stinking as much, but yeah.
What about? Oh, so I thought that was Adventure Aquarium. My bad. What about the name Oswald? Because of Oswald
Lee
Cobblepot.
Harvey Oswald?
No, Oswald Cobblepot.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, for the penguin. Oswald would actually be good, though. He is a nefarious, horrible, strangling pimp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be not the most appropriate for a penguin.
You remember that they stank. All I could think about is that they have CDs hanging in their little enclosure to kind of, the light reflects on them.
They like the
and it
shimmering
distracts
stuff?
them.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't
really?
remember that. Really? Okay.
And they choose the artists.
Yes.
Yeah, they get to choose which musicians are represented.
Harvey Danger.
So, Mehdi Alskovich Pol, a biologist, says that the aquarium's in the aquarium's introduction video, although he's a little bit younger than the other 2, he does make up for it in size. He is quite a big baby penguin chick. And so, starting today, or yesterday actually, aquarium visitors are available to now vote on one of 4 names offered the new penguin. Oh man, I thought we were going to be able to,
I
to
thought
submit.
from scratch.
Oh, okay, well, these are pretty good names.
All right.
So Scrappy, Zero, Flounder, and Toothless.
Well,
those are cute.
Toothless, wonderful from How to Train Your Dragon. Flounder, obviously Animal House.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might.
Zero might be from Casey, that show Sticks.
Yeah.
With Owen Wilson. There's a character named Zero on that show. And I'm not sure about Scrappy.
I like Zero.
Just like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and what is it?
And hungry.
Young.
Just like my country, young, scrappy, and hungry.
Young, happy. Yeah, okay.
Whatever.
I don't know if any of those are thrilling me, but I might do Toothless because I love that character so much.
I like Zero. I think I would go with that. The unnamed chick is being parented, like Marissa said, by Mushu and Hubert, and they also parented a 2024 chick named Schubert.
How about Moobert?
Then their Mushu was named for a dragon sidekick from the movie Mulan, the Disney movie.
Okay,
Mulan.
yeah.
So the aquarium's birds and mammals team chose possible names using a dragons and sidekicks theme.
Here's my suggestion, and don't dismiss it immediately.
Okay.
If you want,
This is kind of a longer range forecast that I'm looking at. I'm on the AccuWeather app, and this weekend, like I said, it's looking great, like 57 degrees on Saturday. Then we cool off, and as we're headed towards Cardboard Classic, it's going to be like in the mid 40s on Wednesday and Thursday. Then Friday, the day of the Cardboard Classic, here anyway, the high's going to be about 60 degrees.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's going to be, it's still going to be nice and chilly up in the mountains, which is great. But then looking at the week that follows, by the time we get to Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Tuesday's 75 degrees. They're calling for like a massive warm up.
It might be warmer here than it is.
That's perfect timing. That's perfect timing. As we come off of the Cardboard Classic, we wanted to stay cold until then, and then we want 80 degrees. And we damn near get close to it.
We're going to Florida that week.
Yeah.
And so it might be warmer here than it is in Florida.
It might be. You never know, man.
I always like, if I'm going to warmer weather, I want it to be miserable here. I don't want it to be dangerous when the plane's taking off or anything like that, but I just want to leave misery to head to paradise.
So my wife has been traveling. The both times she traveled were just days before both major snowstorms.
Yeah.
I'm like, mother of God.
She's got a sixth sense about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, one of my closest friends has been in Florida for the past 2 months. And I'm like, dude, you have missed the worst crap in
a decade.
Over a decade. So screw you.
Yeah. Forget you.
But no, Dad. Forget you. But anyway, better weather's on the way, so that's a beautiful thing. All right, Bizarre File is happening right now.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Dietz & Watson, proud sponsor of the Preston and Steve Cardboard Classic. If you're headed to the event, make sure you stop by the Dietz & Watson tent for free samples and giveaways. I had mentioned I had a follow-up story, so I'm going to start with that one. It is not a pleasant story, but do you remember I told you that there was a person killed in a senior assisted living facility?
Oh, yes.
In Maryland. And the guy was he wrote a murder mystery novel, and here he was part of a murder mystery. Well, it turns out a caregiver at the facility has been arrested in the killing of the 87-year-old resident.
What did I say?
Police say he shot a trooper during a recent traffic stop in Baltimore as well. So he shot a cop, too. Marquise Emilio James, 22 years old, faces first-degree murder charges in the death of Robert Fuller Jr. Fuller was found shot in the head in his apartment at the Cogier of Potomac facility on Valentine's Day. James, who goes by the name Malquazi, was a medical technician responsible for giving Fuller and other residents their medications. Fuller's partner, who lived in the apartment with him, told police that James gave Fuller his medicine as usual, but the partner said that James then came back later and asked Fuller if the medication had kicked in yet, which apparently was very odd because he usually didn't come back. The partner police didn't name, also said their hearing was excellent and they didn't understand how the gunshot didn't wake them up. Well, police questioned James and other employees at Fuller's death, and James said that he went to Fuller's apartment, gave him his medication. He denied being involved in the killing when police initially questioned him and said he would never hurt Fuller. James continued to work at the location for several days after the killing, and police continued to investigate. And then on Monday night, a supervisor noticed that James was still at the facility long after his shift ended and asked him about what he was doing. And once he did that, the dude just took off. Well, several hours after leaving, James shot a Maryland State Police trooper in Baltimore. He took off from the scene. The trooper was hurt, but is going to be okay. The investigators discovered that a shell casing from the shooting matched the gun that was involved in
there you go.
Fuller's killing.
Yeah.
Officers arrested James on Tuesday afternoon, and he is facing a murder charge. Wow.
Between Malquasi and James, I'd stick with James.
Yeah. As life-saving devices go, an exploding cell phone in your pants doesn't usually make the list. But a Brazilian man who was attacked by 2 large dogs said that his phone explosion is the only reason he's alive. Ronaldo, a car mechanic in Brazil, was on his way to work when 2 aggressive dogs went after him. One of them lunged for his throat before going for his leg, but instead bit the phone in his pocket. The battery exploded on impact, startling the dogs and giving Ronaldo just enough time to escape. And eventually he found a phone and called for help. The phone, which he had owned for only 20 days, burned through his shorts and left burns on his leg, but likely saved his life. He chose not to press charges against the dog's owner, who apologized and agreed to cover his medical bills and replace the phone as well.
Hey, sorry about that.
Yeah. In Japan, a growing number of people are spending time meditating inside of coffins as a way to reflect on life and death. The trend, known as coffin lying, started
Very
at
creative name.
a home in Chiba Prefecture and has since spread to a Tokyo spa called Meiso Kukan Kanoke Inn, which offers 30-minute sessions in colorfully decorated caskets for about $13.
Is the top closed or open?
Doesn't say.
Because it'd be kind of like a sensory deprivation.
Actually, you can choose open or closed lid. Sessions include optional music or video projections on the ceiling. Advocates of the practice say sitting with the idea of death can ease anxiety, reduce the fear of dying, and give people a stronger desire to live.
Is it weird that I've always kind of wanted to lay down in one of those plush things to see what it feels like?
Yeah.
I know that comfort's not the overriding concept for a dead body.
I've done it twice.
Yeah.
And no, they're not. I mean, basically, you're like laying on a cot, but like the bedding around it is all nice.
Yeah, I guess that's.
But is the bottom cushioned a little bit?
No, it's more like
Sleep number?
straps. You're like laying down on straps.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On straps.
Yeah, I thought
Okay.
it'd be-
The trend has taken on added meaning in Japan, where youth suicide rates have hit their highest levels in over 4 decades. Those with depression or claustrophobia are obviously advised to skip the experience. Researchers at Kyoto University have unveiled a humanoid robot monk, and it's called a Buddharoid.
Buddharoid.
Designed to offer spiritual guidance at Buddhist temples in Japan. The robot is built on a Chinese-made humanoid platform and runs on an AI system called BuddhaBot Plus.
I can't sit down. I have some Buddharoids.
But it's been trained on a wide range of Buddhist scriptures.
Does it look like a Buddhist monk?
Well, it can walk, bow, place its hands together in the traditional prayer gesture, and hold real-time conversations with people seeking advice. So I guess so. I haven't seen it myself, Steve. The project is partly a response to Japan's aging population and a growing shortage of clergy, with around 30% of the country's more than 75,000 Buddhist temples at risk of closing by 2040. Researchers say that the robot could one day assist with or even replace some of the rituals traditionally performed by humans.
So we're looking at this thing. It's not exactly what I would call warm and comforting looking.
Yeah.
It looks like a killbot.
Yeah, they got to work on the head.
Yeah.
On that thing. It's at least make it bigger.
Yeah.
It's a tiny little pea-sized head.
Peanut head.
Yeah, and why is it wearing gloves?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Good question. All right, let's see. One more story and then we'll wrap it up. Let's end with this one. A Pittsburgh man is facing a list of charges after he allegedly exposed himself inside a restaurant. And restaurant managers told police it's not the first time that he's acted inappropriately in front of customers.
Well, he's a regular.
Police allege he works there.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy D's nuts.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it says in front of... So the police allege Zachary Ryan Hiles acted inappropriately in view of bystanders. Hiles, an employee of the West Mifflin Denny's, was allegedly leering at a group of women in the restaurant, and according to what a witness told police, he then began to pull his...
But I think I just don't like the texture of the balls.
Sorry, didn't mean to hit that.
He began to pull his genitals from his pants and begin to touch himself. And now, that would be it.
But I think I
You
just
might
don't
not
like the
it.
texture of the balls.
There you go. So police say the incident occurred late Sunday afternoon. One of the alleged victims ran from the restaurant and got in her car.
Is it possible that that's what this Denny's does when it's your birthday?
Yeah. The victim told police. Hold on. He's coming. We got a birthday over here. He's coming. He's coming.
Yeah.
And so.
Happy birthday.
The victim told police it was a traumatic experience. According to the criminal complaint, Hiles was told by his manager that he needed to leave for the night.
Yeah.
Why don't you take some time off?
Yeah. You seem to be stressed, buddy.
The manager told investigators this was not the first time that Hiles had made inappropriate comments or actions. Why does he still work there? Management said
the
that
dude
Hiles
really knows how to make those moons over my hammy.
Miles' employment has been terminated. He is awaiting arraignment on multiple charges, including indecent exposure and harassment. All right, that's what we got. That is the end of the Bizarre File for today and for the week as well. We'll take a break. We'll get back. We got some stuff to give away. We'll ask a lesson question, see if you've been paying attention. We'll get to trash and music news, and then shortly after, giving away our Word of the Week prize. Don't miss it. We'll be right back.
Name it the C word.
Yes, do it.
Right?
You want to make waves?
Yeah.
Want to get your name out there?
You will not believe what they named the penguin at the Philadelphia Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Is it the zoo or the aquarium that has
It's the aquarium.
Oh, I'm sorry. In case I misunderstood.
Okay, yeah.
So the naming contest will close on January 19th. And the winner will be announced January 20th, Penguin Awareness Day, the aquarium staff had said. So that's why they're doing it on that day. African penguins, by the way, which originate from the waters around southern Africa, are classified critically endangered. So the hatches are important to the survival of the species.
Do you know what they have over the Adventure Aquarium, which is kind of a cool thing, is they have the porcupines.
Yeah.
Which are... Oh, well, okay. You got these too.
Yeah, I don't know why those were chosen to be a part of the aquarium. They're in with the hippos.
Yeah,
I believe. Is Button still there? The hippo?
so.
Do we know?
I think
Because Marissa, we went there like the first or second year we were here at MMR. We all went over there together to meet Button when she first showed up.
Yeah.
And I have no idea.
Got to be a full-blown hippo now.
If that's full status.
And you know what? They're simultaneously adorable, but they're
deadly.
Are deadly.
Yeah. They're awesome, though. They're really cool.
How long do hippos live? Because in 2019, Button turned 22. So that would make Button 22.
Yeah, I don't know.
5,
I have
6,
no
7.
idea what their longevity is. I assume it's fairly long, but
it doesn't seem to be a high-stress life.
There's that iconic photo of me, like Button's mouth completely wide open,
Yep.
and then my mouth next to it, my tongue ring hanging out.
I made you do that because at the time we had learned that you could put your whole fist in your mouth. Can you still do that, by the way?
I don't know. It's
You know
been
what
a
it-
minute since I've tried. I'm a married woman.
That would make you even
Yeah, you don't have to
better.
do that anymore.
Yeah, that's when you stop doing it. The thing is that you could, a human adult could easily fit in that friggin' mouth, that hippo mouth. It's amazing.
Oh, I thought you meant my mouth.
All right, so if you want to help name the penguins, you can do that. You can check on the Adventure Aquarium website. All right, here's another thing.
I like this.
From the City Beat.
They're going to do some cocaine.
This happened shortly before we took a break, and I wanted to point this out. It's kind of an older story. You may know it, but I thought this was so cool. It's out of West Deptford, and somebody had sent me this story, and I forgot they were somehow or another, they knew the people involved. So when a lottery rep called John DiCarlo and told him that someone at his bar won over $590,000, he knew something was up. And it was from the Quick Draw game, a popular activity among patrons at Southwood Bar in West Deptford. Drawings take place every 4 minutes. And on the night of December 8th, a New Jersey lottery rep informed DiCarlo that someone in his establishment won that $100,000 that afternoon. But something was up. Nobody at the bar that day indicated that they were holding a big winner. And maybe the lucky patron didn't want anybody to know. They secured a large sum of money, stuff like that. But maybe they didn't realize that they won the ticket and was discarded and possibly gone for good.
Yeah, how do you go about finding that person?
Listen to this. So what ensued was a man's holiday season journey of detective work, dumpster diving, and rummaging through piles of garbage to reunite a life-changing slip of paper buried in chicken wing residue with its rightful owner. That's right. So DiCarlo said that there were multiple people playing that day. He said it took a little detective work to get down to that individual and then take a chance. Do I dive into that dumpster or not? He said because it may very well not be there. So the way the game works, ticket holders can select up to 10 numbers between 1 and 80. 20 of those numbers are drawn every 4 minutes, and players can select their wagers and how many draws they want to play. Most players at the bar only select 1 or 2 numbers, which yields a smaller prize, but you're far more likely to match a couple of numbers in all 10. Each ticket features a second progressive game underneath, and for an extra fee, players can win a growing jackpot by matching all 10 numbers. And bet $1, you can win 10% of the prize. Bet $5, you win 50%. Bet $10 to win it all. DiCarlo admits that he didn't know about that part until the lottery rep had called, and that's when he learned that a patron had bet $5 on the progressive jackpot, which had been nearly $1.2 million. Few people pay attention to it since it's a tough win, you know?
Yeah.
He said, so I called my bartender, and I said, did anybody go jumping for joy? He said, for most folks, that would be a significant semi-life-changing event, and they're like, no, nobody did anything. So he and his wife, Denise, the co-owner, were in alignment, and they were going to do whatever it took to find that lottery ticket and give it to the winner, but they didn't know who won. The jackpot was won at 3:16 p.m. that day, so DiCarlo examined his bar security footage from that period. He narrowed it down to a few people and then selected a possible patron. The footage showed that the customer with a ticket folded over the edge of the bar, which was later brought to the trash. And he said, I couldn't see it in the camera if it hit the trash or not, but I thought if that's a ticket, they didn't claim it, it's not in their wallet, there's a good chance it's going to be there. So he decided to search the dumpster the following day. And so he apparently it was reported that morning, media outlets, that there was a winner there. And so everybody started calling him and saying somebody at the bar won. He's like, yeah, I know about it.
with calls.
So he got into the dumpster. He took out 10 bags of trash. He put them in the back of his car. He took them home. And then he started going through he went through almost every bag, and he couldn't find anything.
He did find Lenny Dykstra's dentures.
Finally.
That's where they were.
But he said after going through those bags, it's etched in me now that we did pretty good on wing night. So I was going through blue cheese, and I ultimately found one ticket in the bottom of those bags. It was ripped in half, and it was drenched in hot sauce. I looked at the number. It didn't match. It was at the bottom of the bag, so I thought, I don't know, maybe it's not here. Or maybe he missed it. And he decided to search contents 2 or 3 more times before changing gloves, and he decided to get back in there. He said, I lifted a couple of napkins at the bottom of the bag. I looked. There was something balled up. I pulled it out. It was wet and messy, but I carefully brought it out, and there were 2 or 3 tickets. I laid them out, and I looked, and sure enough, one of them was the winning ticket.
Listen, and this is not for him. It's for someone else.
It was for somebody
else. Out of the blue, motivated to do this. That says a lot about this guy.
My question is this. Does he have rightful claim to that ticket? Does he have to find the patron who bought that? Or,
in other words,
could that have been his?
Yeah. Because they actively threw it away. That is a very good question. But they did pay for it.
Yeah.
So he's not that type of person.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and he could have easily.
I mean, that amount of money can change someone's life.
That person didn't know that they threw away a winning ticket, Ryan.
So I'm kind of having an existential crisis because this bar is actually down the street from my local watering hole back home. So there's a bar up the street called Captain's Corner, which is one of my absolute favorites. And just I'm thinking about all the times, like, you know, I like ex's dads would go in there. Like it's one of those like drive by and you miss kind of places, but I think I might start attending this place if there's going to be lottery tickets to be had.
And a staff nice enough to do something.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously.
So he called the winner, and the winner wants to remain anonymous, but he asked if they played the lottery, and the winner said, yeah, but I didn't win. And he said, not so fast. And he explained it to him, and he set him up with it. And I have no idea obviously, this person needs to give him some type of a reward for going to that great
I think
length.
you'd have to.
I mean, at least like 10 grand or something like that, right?
Or at least let him lick the chicken sauce off.
Yeah.
And I wonder if he gets a fee, like when the PA lottery or any of those lotteries hit, they get like 10% or something.
Yeah, maybe he's going to get something.
And
but
maybe he needs.
As we are heading into the weekend for you, no one knows what is going on other than beautiful weather. And it's about 10:15 on this Friday morning. I should have done this earlier. We had a lengthy discussion yesterday during the historian segment about Scotch tape.
Yes.
And we couldn't get it to make the screeching sound. It's because I don't think we had the right tape. Marissa brought me some Scotch tape,
the right tape
from home. And so apparently there's something that happens literally that's supersonic, that is faster than the speed of sound. And the actual screeching sound, there was a scientific study that was done, has to do with these little cracks in here and air escaping at the speed of sound or something along those lines. So I'm going to see if this screeches, and you are witnessing speeds faster than sound. Here we go. It didn't screech.
Wow. We're JJ Fat, and we're here to rock.
This is supersonic.
See,
Okay.
it's three of us.
All right.
Hang on.
I did it last night.
You did?
Yes.
Now I got tape stuck on everything.
Christ.
All right, I'll try it again. You ready? Here we go. No.
No.
It's not
Well,
working.
Marissa, if you did it, then you do it.
Did you do it faster?
Here,
than
you
that?
do
Do it, girl.
Yeah.
Do you want me to record you?
Marissa was trying to get it
that's
on
all right.
video.
Oh.
So she yanked it really, really hard. Okay.
You're welcome.
You want
Really
to try it,
fast.
Preston? You want to
You
try
wanna try it now?
You want to try it now?
Yeah, okay. Send it over.
You can
I didn't
waste
know you were
all
gonna-
the tape you want.
Okay. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you done did it.
You done doing it.
Hold this.
Okay, I'm going to get that. Oh, okay.
I thought you were going to do tape face.
Wait, where do you want me?
Oh,
Wow,
came
we
off.
just used all the tape.
There's not a lot of tape on that.
Oh. Well,
Rip off.
Thanking my mother-in-law who puts tape in my Christmas stocking every year.
I
The
think
good stuff,
a
too.
terse letter to your mother-in-law is in order.
I feel like there's more here.
Maybe. I think I might have torn it. All right. Well, anyhow, it's another thing that we did on
An
the
amazing
Preston
thing.
Station. An amazing thing.
Expect the news crews to be around.
All right, well, we got to wrap up.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get to the lesson question. And today we are going to give away as a prize our last pair of tickets to see David Spade, who's going to be performing at Ovation Hall at the Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City on Saturday, March 7th. The question that we have for you is, which food makes a great cologne for men? There were two different things that were said. We'll take either one of those. It was about 7:45 this morning. What food makes a great cologne for men? 610-660-9333. If you heard that, call us now, and we'll get to the trash.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
All right, we'll get some stories, and we'll see if we can get a winner. What's going on this morning, Steve?
Well, Preston, Pete Davidson's girlfriend, model Elise Hewitt, opening up about choosing not to breastfeed their newborn daughter, Scotty Rose. First time Mom Elise said she tapped out the second someone told her she needs to boil the nipples.
Look at the fun bags on that hose hound.
Liza Minnelli, promoting her new memoir, is revealing a laundry list of big-name Hollywood hitters she had affairs with, including Martin Scorsese. In fact, Minnelli says she would often ride his face while holding on tightly to his eyebrows.
Oh, my God.
Look at the fun bags on that hose hound.
And finally, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's adopted son, Maddox Jolie Pitt, is dropping Pitt from his last name. Bizarrely, Maddox will now be going by Maddox Jolie Carrot Top.
Oh,
Look at the fun bags on that hose hound.
Figured we'd do that one more time. All right, thank you, Steve. And let's see if we can indeed get a winner. What food makes a great cologne for men? There's two potential answers here. 610-660-9333 is the number. We got David joining us. Hi, David. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, David. All right, so what makes a great cologne for men?
Pesto.
Or gazpacho. Yes. Either one acceptable. Dave, hang on. And you're going to get tickets to see David Spade. I Got a Feel for It tour Saturday, March 7th at Ovation Hall at Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City. Tickets are on sale now via theoceanac.com.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, I have searched high and low for music news this morning, and I have one story to share with you today. Actually, and an event that's coming up. So, Youngblood has said that he would love to record a James Bond theme song.
Nice.
Alongside Oasis. And Liam Gallagher had some fun with the idea. In an interview with Kerrang, Youngblood called a Bond theme the goal for any British artist. right up there with headlining Glastonbury, adding that he'd be up for a collaboration. He said, if Liam or Noel would have me. And Liam responded on social media saying that the song is already finished. They're just waiting for Youngblood to wrap up his triangle solo on it. Rumors that Oasis was in the running for the next James Bond theme have been circulating, though Noel Gallagher said last month that there had been no contact from the franchise. The next Bond film will be directed by Denis Villeneuve, with no lead actor announced as of yet. So the other thing I have to share is the fact that on Monday we have some official information on how you could possibly end up seeing Metallica in Vegas at the Sphere. The dates are from October 1st to the 31st. They're doing their month-long residency there. But we will have a trip to see 2 shows, including a 3-night hotel stay and round-trip airfare for you and a guest. And it happens to be over a no-repeat weekend, which would be 2 completely different shows and set lists. So you get to go to both of those.
Nice.
Independently, shows independent of themselves, which would be pretty cool.
Cool little Vegas trip.
Yeah, so Monday, we're going to have details on how to win. I don't know exactly what time or if we'll be the ones that break it, but just tune in Monday morning throughout the day. You'll find out how we're going to give that
Yeah,
away.
I mean, you got to imagine those tickets are going to go fast.
Yeah, the
entire country, world.
The public on sale is Friday, March 6th, by the way. All right, and that's all I have in music news for you this morning. Short and sweet and to the point. We're going to take a break. We'll come back in a moment, and we'll get our lesson question. And I'm sorry, not a lesson question. We'll get the letter of the day for the word of the week. We'll see what Matt's got going on. We'll be right back. He deserves more.
But that might be why the lottery actually called him to begin with.
Good point.
Yeah.
To issue
Yeah.
and sell those tickets there. It's a good point, yeah. And it's a good motivation for him to go find it, because if he does get something, it's in his best interest.
Here's another question. All right. So they call him and they're going to do, here's your percentage of the win because you're the facility that sold it. Do you need to have, they know that it was sold there. Does it matter if the recipient or the person who bought the ticket?
Good question.
That's a whole other aspect of it, right?
I wonder if it's not redeemed, if the place that sold it still gets that bonus or not. It's a good question. But I thought that was a great story.
It is a good story.
And somebody doing the right thing. So I wanted to pass that along. So kudos to you, John DiCarlo, and the gang at Southwood Bar. I thought that was cool. All right, something else from City Beat. The Atlantic City Expressway is going to stop accepting cash at all its tolls on Sunday. That's when it starts. And drivers without an Easy Pass will be billed more than double the fare amount per trip.
They're going to make you do it.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm having such a struggle right now with Easy Pass. I just had to re-up everything because you got to go on. It's not easy to navigate.
Okay.
But it says it right in the name.
No, it's not.
Their website is just not user friendly.
It is not. It's not. And also so I don't know if my transponder's bad or what the deal is, but I re-upped everything, and then we literally just went through the tolls over the Christmas break, and the day before, I re-upped everything, and then when we went through the tolls, it says pay on, unpaid, and then it took my picture, and as it took my picture, I'm looking at the camera like, what's going on? Like, come on, I just paid all this stuff.
You had a similar situation probably about a year plus ago, and it was Jersey, right? And then I had my thing with my Easy Pass for a car that had been stolen, my wife's car.
All right, so before we get fully into the weekend, wrap up the week, I have to empty the junk drawer. Just get
Yep. Preston's cleaning out his junk drawer. Getting things out of his junk drawer. Finding stuff here in the junk drawer.
All right, thank you, Kyle Mack, for doing that jingle. And Steve, you should sing backups for minute by minute.
I think so.
His band.
I think if they want to be less successful, that would be the move.
All right, let me dig in here. And, there's something. All right, so if you want to stay on the moon and you have a few $1 million burning a hole in your pocket, well, a Silicon Valley startup called GRU Space is now taking reservations for a lunar hotel that it plans to open around 2030.
This is the company that invented Flex Seal.
That's them.
Yeah.
Woo doggy. Deposits range from $250,000 to $1 million, and the total cost of a stay could top $10 million once the ship is included in that, the actual rocket that will take you up there. So the hotel would start as inflatable habitats that can hold up to 4 guests for multi-day visits.
So we're talking elaborate bounce houses.
Guess so.
I don't know how down I am with that.
Guests could take part in moonwalks, drive rovers, and even play lunar golf. Founder Skylar Chan, who started the company at age 22, sees the project as a first step toward humans living in space long term.
Listen, if things were along, and I'm talking about we've beta tested and a number of people have gone up and it's now an actual thing.
Right.
Would you do it if you had the resource?
Probably. Now, I'd be wary of the, of the ship exploding.
The
or
risk, yes.
Something going wrong.
Right.
But if it became fairly commonplace, which it's not going to in my lifetime, I would probably consider it. Now, you also have to be very wealthy in order to do it. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's never going to be inexpensive.
Well, you just sold those shot glasses from the Kentucky Derby.
But the fuel is so expensive.
Yeah.
And that's what it takes to get people up there. So I don't know. How about you?
Yes, it would be a dream come true, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
not in my lifetime.
There's a pretty good book. I didn't love it, but it's called Artemis, and it is the same author that gave us The Martian and Project Hail Mary, and it's all about a moon base essentially, and it's gotten to the point where it's a full. It's an indoor complex where it's not just a place to stay, but there's entertainment and all kinds of things. It's big enough.
Is it a community like a biosphere?
Yeah, it's like that. And people could WMMR 10:27 as we're getting ready to wrap up our program on this Friday morning. And a fairly short and sweet wrap-up. We didn't have any guests on the program today. We did check in with Matt and Maggie over at 6ABC. Had a lovely conversation with those guys. Very lovely.
Very lovely conversation.
Yes.
They're very amusing, fun to hang around with, and they're over there on ABC.
Yeah, that's right. But I want to thank Marissa, who brought in some goodies for us. She brought a goodie bag, including our Scotch tape.
Right, and the fixins for the Jeff Daniels sandwich, correct?
Yeah, which we are going to get to next week. It's a pita, potato chip. What else is on it, Casey?
Peanut butter and barbecue sauce.
Peanut butter and barbecue sauce thing. I don't know about that.
We'll see.
Yeah. But it was a fun show today.
It was.
Enjoyed the Connoisseur and the junk drawer and everything that we got into as well. And Matt Cord is here.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Good.
We were just talking about the hat you're wearing this morning.
Right.
The Phillies, what do they call it? The city thingy?
City Edition?
Connect.
City Connect.
City Connect.
The Friday night
yeah.
home uniforms.
Yeah.
I love it. A lot of people don't like that color.
I think it's cool. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
But we were saying that I think that the people that don't like it is because red is completely gone from the whole design. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when you tune in, you're like, if you don't know a lot about sports, you're like, what team? You know,
Yeah.
Pierre would say the boys in blue.
The boys in blue. And they are.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah. With that.
But I think the Sixers have the best City Connects. Like they had the one a few years ago with Boathouse
Spectrum?
Row
Yeah.
and the Spectrum, the Brotherly Love.
Right.
They were good.
But you're all donned out in all your Phillies.
Yeah, dude.
That's your throwback
come
jersey on? I love it.
It's summer. It's going up to 50 today. You know?
How does it feel out?
It's getting warmer.
Okay.
I'm definitely, I should have probably wore shorts in the morning.
Are you wearing shorts right now?
He's a shorts guy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and our blocks today. Oh, you want the letter?
Well, let's do the letter. Yeah, and then we'll get all that from you. So here we go.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
All right, and the Preston and Steve Show brought to you today by the letter
R, as in rat.
Rat. Nice. All right.
T's.
Take call number 8-610-660-9333 and see if you happen to know what our word of the week is. Call because we got a really cool prize. All right, so blocks you're about to mention.
Blocks. So Eric Simon, our fine promotion marketing director, said, since it's going to be so nice on Friday and Saturday, why don't you do some like summer songs?
Love it.
So it's actually Kate Wilson's birthday.
Wilson.
Cindy Wilson.
Oh, Cindy, okay.
Kate Pearson,
B-52s.
Cindy Wilson.
Right. Yeah.
Cindy Wilson, it's her birthday today at B-52s. I think, isn't she tin, roof, rusted? Is that her?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to do a block of the B-52s.
Nice.
Excellent.
Yeah. And we're going to do a block of the Rolling Stones. And we're going to do a block of Dire Straits.
All right.
Maybe
home
start
runs.
it out with Twistin' by the Pool.
Oh, it's a good idea.
And then another thing it thinks is warm is Pierre's Vinyl Cut, the ultimate Sinatra today.
Doing some Summer Wind?
Summer Wind.
Yeah.
I just bought this record. Look at the vinyl. Look at the color.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Blue, yeah. Blue eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, Duh. So that'll be Pierre's Vinyl Cut. Lots of summer music, lame ass trivia, more tickets for Camelback 4-packs.
Excellent. All right. Well, let's attempt to give away these really cool tickets. And caller number 8 is Amanda. So we will go to her. Hi, Amanda. Good morning.
Oh, my God. Hi.
You're so excited. I love this.
I'm a huge Dave Matthews fan, and I always want to sit in the pit. I'm so excited.
Well, you're one word away from it. What is it?
Racer.
Racer is right.
I'm excited.
Amanda, both those shows, you're going to be as close as you can possibly get to the band. How cool is that?
That is so awesome. I can't wait. I always want to sit in the pit. We never have. Me and my husband go every year.
Oh,
well,
man.
now you're doing it.
All right. Excellent. Well, we are very, very happy for you. Amanda, congratulations. Hang on the line. We'll get your information, and you are good to go. All right. Quickly, I would like to mention before full-on wrap-ups and thanking our sponsors that tonight Ryan Shuttleworth has got an appearance. Ryan is going to be at the last of the Pacifico Cardboard Classic pre-parties. Ryan, you're going to be at Crossroad Tavern tonight?
Correctamundo, 7 to 9 p.m. Nice Pacifico draft specials, which is a goodies. Mountain Fest tickets, we got 10 of those to give away for the lift tickets / tickets for the concert. One VIP winner amongst those. And WMR.com/events for the details. And I got my fancy dancy new shirt to debut on the appearance.
Yeah,
we
okay.
haven't talked about it yet.
Should we tell people what it is?
There's going to be a little video that's going up, so I think that'll answer questions. But if you'd like to tell, I mean, it's up to you, pal.
It's a nod to Predator.
Yes.
But you can't tell unless you look real close. And even then it's one of those type of shirts that if you know it and you see it, you're like, oh, dude, that is so cool.
Follow the Preston and Steve show on Instagram, and it'll be going up soon.
By the way, the Crossroad Tavern is in Percy. It's on Hilltown Pike. So join the Ryan tonight from 7 to 9. Thank you to our sponsors. Preston and Steve show is brought to you by Duncan. The Preston and Steve show runs on Duncan. Also brought to you by GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer. Next week on the program, a couple of guests will be joining us. Alfonso Ribeiro will be jumping in. Greg Warren, comedian. We haven't talked to him in a while. Very funny guy will be on the program. And ladies and gentlemen, next week, 1 week from today, the Preston Steve Cardboard Classic will be taken with our special guest, Matt Cord, will be there too. So hopefully you're going to be
ready to drink.
Yeah, buddy. All right, that's it. We are done. Rage on. Have a great day in the morning and a wonderful weekend. And we'll see you later, gang. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.